Hello? Okay, there you go. Okay, so Lucent Arrowhead is soon, and this is actually one of the few events that I did not read. I believe it's because of FF14. Blame FF14. Okay, so anyway, ODST1 Operation Lamarck. Team Rainbow makes a deep incursion to an abandoned laboratory in the Ural Mountains, preparing to capture the mad scientist Levi Klitschko. What they find defies all expectations. Let's go. Don't really know what to expect here. I also know nothing about R6S. Hello, Ash. Arrive Magnet Hill number 2. Repeat, we arrive Magnet Hill number 2. Yana, Ella, report the situation on your end. Over. Oh, they're already here. Well, I guess this is pre-isekai. Business as usual, just putting in the finishing touches. Over. Bada boom. Ella? Yana, enemy incoming. In position. Gemini replicator activated. Mines deployed. The intel we got is correct. This should be the last batch. We'll head towards after we clean up over here. Gauno. I have no idea what that means. I can check. Ella, ending communication. That's the situation. Gown. Polish to English. Oh. Shite. Just sit back and leave it to the Poles. I already hear the sound of Gersmot mines going off. They'll just be fine. And you, Blitz, you're supposed to be doing your job, namely standing guard. Whatever you say, ma'am. Pay attention to the meter's readout. It shows that there's nuclear waste sealed inside this building. Frost, how far until our objective? After you pass through the checkpoint and the storage room, the main laboratory should be right there. Drones show that the mercenaries set up some simple fortifications at and around the checkpoint. Okay, I don't have Frost. I don't know if I want to pull for her. I guess I should though. Just so I can have all ops. Potentially. No bunkers, no dead ends. The entrance has been sealed shut and they've laid a lot of barbed wire all around. Their numbers? 9. The rough positions have been marked on the team terminal. The entrance of the long corridor leading from the checkpoint in the storage room has been completely sealed and the drones haven't been able to get in any farther. Report complete. Any other entrances? None that I can see. Okay, I'll take care of this. Do you have any suggestions? Lord? Still have some extra incendiary rounds. How many do you need? 2 should do. Got it. Checkpoint entrance is full of obstacles. Blow it up and the robot's just going to be in the way. Here's the plan. We'll blast the ceiling and the wall on the right. One of us will rappel in from the top and provide cover fire. The rest of us will breach from the right side. Frost, you're on cover fire and support. Understood. Once the charges go off, Tachanka, drop a grenade from up top. The rest of us will throw flashbangs at the designated locations. On the ground, we'll head inside in this order. Blitz, Ash, Tachanka. Look alive out there. Don't let this opportunity slip away. If you have any questions, it's now or never. You all ready? Good. Take position. Frost, on your mark. That's when we'll begin. I'm heading to position. Breach charges hot. Explosives ready to go. Ready? Ah, they're not showing Elana and Iana. Flashbangs. Baboom. Throwing frag grenade. Move, move, move. Enemy down. If only these were somehow animated. Blitz 2 o'clock. Frag out. Kaboom. Machine guns 10 o'clock. I'll provide cover fire. The rest of you move up. Firing breaching round. Fortifications down. There goes the bad guys. 3 more straight ahead. 2. Clear. 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 Everybody okay? Alright, let's keep moving. Frost, watch our 6. Understood. I'll open the door. Blitz, stay alert. Chanka, use the drone and check out the hallway and the storage room status, whatever. I am on it. Sure. How did they get isekai'd? How's it looking up there? Storage room was filled with ammo and supplies. They have been stationed here for some time. There are no hostiles in the storage room, just black crystals on some petri dishes. Well, here we go. Is it a threat? Hard to say. What's this stuff inside the cans? Glowing mineral crystals. Never seen them before. Minerals, composites. As long as they are glowing, they might be radioactive. Don't worry, Geiger's not reacting to anything. Then let's leave them be and go straight in. Time's a wasting, team. Let's move. Ash, this is Iana. They have just taken care of the enemy, but they have blocked the corridor passage with a lot of obstacles. You have to take a different route to the core, over. We're about to head inside the main laboratory. I need you to come back us up ASAP, over. Copy, Iana out. Still no designs yet here, huh? What now? Shall we wait for them? No, time is pressing. Keep going. Up ahead is the main laboratory. Get ready, we're going in. Stay alert. Subdue the target when you have them in sight. Look alive, folks. Go! Hello? What is this? Some sort of super containment facility? There's no one here, just these strange machines. What the hell are they compressing there? Don't let your guard down. The lab equipment's running, which means the target's still here. Is this the freaking boss? Then we need to head inside the real laboratory. This here is the control room. See the machines on the other side of that window? That's where the actual experiments happen. Stay alert. We don't know how many hostiles we have here. Hello. Levi. I see unwelcome friends will always invite themselves in. Target in sight. Hold your fire. Give me a sit rep. I'm not sure what a sit rep is. Situational something? Looks like... Okay. I'm Googling it. Sit rep. What the heck is that? It has to be... Report the current administration situation in particular area. Yeah, exactly. Situation representative, but it's like it's so long. No other hostiles detected. Put your hands up, Dr. Levi. Move away from the terminal. And here I was wondering how much longer it would take you to show up. You take out my security detail. What a shame. I'm not sure if this is an R6S. I'm gonna assume everything here for now is R6S-ish. I got them their last paycheck just yesterday. Well, I asked you to be careful with the things here. It can be delicate. Don't even try to do anything funny. This charade is over. Over? When your experiment has just started. Stop what you're doing. This is your last warning. And what if I refuse? Oh my god. You do not have a pretty face, my guy. What's the matter? Are you afraid of a senile, defenseless, ordinary citizen? You're hardly defenseless or ordinary. You were the chief scientist of the Magnetile No. 2 Library. Levi Klitschko? Well, there's the Klitschko. Stay away from the equipment. I know exactly what you're trying to do. Blitz, cuff him. Understood. I've got to hand it to you. Your team works fast. Not fast enough. Leak. Stop it. The reactor's activated. The black rocks are glowing. Get it stopped. I'm sorry. I'm afraid not. Get it stopped. Right now. Dude, your smile is good. There's nothing you can do to stop it, but do feel free to fire your weapons. This is my life's work. If it wasn't for those short-sighted, useless morons getting in my way again and again, I would have finished all of this 20 years ago. You have no idea what you are doing. The equipment in this lab is in disrepair and you are creating a nuclear contamination disaster. Of course I know what I am doing. The road of exploratory science is a treacherous one. Yet it's a road worth taking. Those that lead to the truth are always worth taking. All I am doing now is getting the results I should have had 20 years ago. No one has the right to stop. Shaking. Oh! Ella is here. Darn mercenaries. And Iana. Never mind. You doing okay? Just complaining a little bit about a close miss just now. You could have regrouped with the rest of the team at the main lab. It's not too late. And then isekai, bazoop, and they get stuck here, huh? Checkpoint's right ahead. That sound. An earthquake. No, it's coming from the lab. Get your replicator ready, they might be in trouble. Replicator? Show me she's doing the clone thing. What the hell's this? Where's everyone? What happened? No, where's the lab? Where's the map? What's with this huge hole? There's no problem with the map. Main lab should be behind this door. The lab's gone? Okay, where did they land on, Terra? Up. Wake up. Cohen, you okay? Cohen? Let me do it. Well, I'm impressed. I'm just giving her pressure points, a few presses to help patch her up. That should do it. What happened? They are in... Alexandra. She's awake. Well done. Doing okay, Cohen? Where are we? What happened? That's a good question. Classic Arknights silly music. Or chill music. After that madman activated his equipment, the whole lab was swept by a huge shockwave. Where are we? Just where are we? No idea. Target activated that weird device of his and we all got knocked out by the blast. After we came around, well, this is it. Don't have any signals, so we can't contact Ella and Ayan. Compass isn't working either. True, does Terra have electromagnetic? So I guess compasses don't work. The only thing I'm sure about is we definitely aren't anywhere near the mission area. It's hardly the most precise way to put it, but it's like we were teleported somewhere with the whole lab. What? She's right. It's like we were suddenly launched by a rocket to the moon, and that's not a joke. Through a huge crack in the wall, all one can see outside the house is a desolate desert, as if the house had fallen from the sky to the desert. What? Should I go on recon? No, don't be hasty. Understood. Levi Klitschko was swept up by the shockwave too. He'd probably be in a similar situation. We'll rest up first. I'll plan our next steps. Good news first, the supplies for those mercenaries have been thrown in with us, so at least for a short time, ammo won't be an issue. What about the bad news? The bad news is... What is this sound? Eyes open. There's something outside coming towards us. Sounds like some sort of heavy machinery, but it's way too fast. Is it a land ship? Let me have a look. I can't believe my eyes. Profanity. We're in big trouble. Prepare for battle. What exactly did you see? Have you ever seen an arthropod as big as a small car? Is this a gloom pincer? What did you say? Oh, screw it. Now we see it. Open fire. Fire at will. With that one singular exclamation point there. Yeah, why did they do this? This has to be an error. Blitz, get back. It's either 3 exclamations or... Yeah, it has to be 3. Ah, my shield. Normal bullets aren't going to penetrate... Normal bullets aren't going to penetrate its husk. We let that thing tear the control room's wall down, it's all over for us. A piece effective. Armor pen, but shooting its legs isn't stopping it. Let it come in. What? Ceasefire. Let it bring the wall down. Blitz. You okay? I'm fine. It's just my shield's busted. Took a good bite out of the wall. Let's be sure to take its husk down when we get our payback. Where did I see huge? Ash, quick, what's your plan? I'm not sure we can call it a plan, but it's the only choice we have. Your ammo's the only thing we have that's doing any damage to that thing. Plus my breaching rounds. Maybe. And I have 1 left. I'll take him down the moment he breaches the wall. Judging by the damage AP's done on that thing, the breaching round should take its leg down. Hopefully that'll give us a clean view of its underside. After that, it's going to be all you. If any of you has a better idea, I'm all ears. Alright, time's up. Ready? Bada boom. I don't even know what the Chanka does. Reloading. It's over. What on earth is this? Ah, finally. Time to take a breather. Oof. Man, that was close. Is this really Earth? Like, you know, the planet we all know about? No reason to think otherwise. We need to prepare for the worst. Well, until they see the furries. Where's their kill? Ah, man, they're not gonna show their kill. With the wall collapse, we can't even use this place as shelter. Let's get moving. Please, until we find another place to hunker down. Alright. It's not that long. A BRB? Alright. OD1 field records before operation. Rangers and several other road RI operators run into an incident during a field mission. Having lost their means of transportation for the return trip, the 4 operators begin a trek through the deserts of Sargon. So it is Sargon. Gotcha. Schwarz, hello? I'm back. No problems, I take it. Nothing of particular note with a 30-kilometer range. The area is safe for now. Very good. Let me take a look at the map. We're on the right track. Keep north and we should see a waypoint the locals call Trum Hill before long. We'll have an opportunity to rest at its base. From there, we can start moving west and we'll be at Fecon within 2 days. Is Fecon our destination? Of course not. It's the most suitable transfer station. Fecon sees a lot of Colombian caravans, which we can follow one to reach Twin River. There we have a Rhodes Island branch office. If we can get to the branch office, we'll be able to secure ourselves some transportation. There, the rest will be much easier. Hey, Black Steel. Music to my ears. Can't wait to wrap this up on Foot Odyssey. My shoe soles are worn straight flat. You ought to walk outside more. It's good for your health, and you won't need to keep worrying so much about your weight. Hey! What about the communicator? Any linkable signal nodes? Still no good. The way I see it, we're not going to get any direct contact with the Rhodes Island landship until we reach Fecon. Not unless we can get our hands on a more powerful transmitter. You can forget about that. There's no other nomadic city to be found around here. Quite. That's why I made sure to ask you to bring more than enough food and water. It's a tall order to find any supplies on the way to Fecon. Do remember little settlements dotted around here and there, but after all these years, I could hardly say whether any of them are still where they used to be. You are pretty familiar with this area, Mr. Rangers. Ha ha ha. Might have been a tad more familiar in my sprightlier days. Truth is, I haven't been around these wastelands in a long time. You drew that map yourself, Mr. Rangers? Indeed, any good ranger can draw their own maps. Though I never would have guessed this one would still be useful even now. Topography around here hasn't been marred by catastrophes too badly, so we might count ourselves lucky. I'm sorry for all the bother we made for you. Don't you worry about it. It's this old man's duty to look out for you young'uns. I share the responsibility for this mess anyway. We wouldn't be in such a tight spot now if I had made the proper preparations beforehand. What? The band of mysterious mercenaries that raided the warehouse and by rotten luck just happened to make off with our car. Who's going to believe a story like that? I think it was a trader actually. Pulled our car apart to sell off the parts, then fed us some random explanation to cover up after the fact. I actually agree with you for once. We didn't need the for once. The old me wouldn't have let him off as kindly as that. We were going by our old Black Steel mercenary customs. But you are Rhodes Island operators now. Much rather not see you get into fights with the locals. Medical supplies made it safely and the trader didn't try to cook the books who are paying us. Can't really ask for too much more. Carrying a sack of refined Originium ingots across the barren lands by foot is incredibly dangerous. I won't deny how perforated their explanations were. Can't count on the local Voivre mercenaries to be totally honest with us. So I'll keep an eye out for that next time. Voivre, huh? But in the meantime, once we get back, you do have to report the property loss to logistics. Yeah, this is just how Voivre is. Oh, I guess it's a place, not the race. I could luckily find our way there even without any maps or arts, but we'd be taking time we don't have. I worry we're too many for that, and our water and food wouldn't last us, or both. Can you navigate the Sargon Barren lands without any tools? May I ask how? If you ever have the time in future, I can teach you a thing or two. It's all nothing more than my experience. Nice. How do I put it? You're very worthy of the Ranger of the Red Valley title, if I do say so. Ha 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 ha. So you youngsters know how to tell an old tale or two as well then? That's just an exaggerated title. Aren't those tales all true though? Like how you rounded up and brought all of the Jenkins 7 to justice in a single day? Or how you held off an entire column of Rusthammer bandits all by yourself? How you struck 10 targets with just a single arrow, or how you shot down the Lateran's bullets while high up in the sky? My word, so this is what all the stories are like now. My Sargon colleagues at Blacksteel spoke of your tales from time to time, Mr. Rangers. They're all like this, pretty much. Stories not out of place in a theater. It would be out of place in a novel either. You've heard them too, right, Miss Schwartz? There was a mercenary traveling the breadth of Columbia who told me about one or two of them. I believe they were the Scimitar of the Bloody Valley and Tragedy of the Lord Amir. Smoj. A little exaggerated indeed. Rangers aren't as all-powerful as they've been portrayed. I can't supposed to know what you've all heard, but I can say that the most widespread stories are largely untrue. Rangers were not a fighting force. If you want my description, they were more akin to survivors banded together out in the wild. They started as just a couple of ordinary folk fallen into times of pain and strife. So pretty much everybody? Mostly everybody. They stepped forth against the odds, against it all. Protected villages against the scourges that would pillage them. They weren't trained warriors, any of them. They were a resistance, born in a time of war that knew no other way of devastation that took and took and took. They brimmed with anger under it. They refused to yield to the cruel destiny through the months and years of the war. Afterwards, as more and more joined them, they slowly grew from a lone autonomous militia of sorts to a collective of regional organizations. And so they resided across the wastelands, defending settlements while offering medical aid. I've read of that from my time at Blacksteel. From reports of the Sargon region, it wasn't just officials, but the rangers as well who'd pursue wasteland hooligans and mercenary looters to exhaustions, out across the wastelands. What those reports refer to is truth, I can say that. Back then, a group of rangers certainly had its heroes, and they certainly caught themselves a fair share of villains. The events you described happened, but I stress that that wasn't standard fare. The vast majority of the time, we rangers simply helped towns fix their wells, fend off wild beasts, gather medicine, that kind of stuff. Just the little things. Moreover, this area wasn't even Sargon territory back then. So, Mr. Rangers, back then, you must have been part of the group of heroes, right? Hahaha. This old man is hardly so prestigious. I was but a normal scout and nothing more. Normal. In the end, this organization of rangers ended up disbanding, didn't it? That certainly is a long story. Many things happened afterwards, to say the least. And once the war concluded, the Lord Emirs were settled, each with all the land they wanted. Those Lord Emirs of Sargon would not tolerate an organization that bowed to no one, and the Rangers were one such organization. Of course, opinion from the Lord Emirs aside, there were too many reasons why the Rangers disbanded. But these are past events. Don't know why I say the two there. And it's been a very, very long time since. The nitty-gritty of it all has fallen out of this old man's head. So all those wild stories never actually happened? The truth is often mundane. So you remedy it by exaggerating how things happen, and you make the story dramatic. And only when it's dramatic enough do people pass it down. Your stories all picked up layers upon layers of artistry before they reached you. Alright, this old man stole plenty enough himself. Let's get ourselves ready to leave. By the sound of things, we've already reached Sargon territory? You were already in Sargon as of last night. Can you please pay a little attention? When suddenly you're in trouble, I'll be the last one to help you. I love how much you suck. I love the banter between these two. The land we step on now is the jurisdiction of the Lord Emir of Bayalir, though his provisional capital is still a ways away. After that... Oop, it's the same earthquake thingy. Hold, stop moving. Heard that too. All of you, stay still. Something's approaching. Gasp. It's close. It's underneath us. Scatter. Franca, move. Bonk. Roars. The last one, huh? What? What are these? Are these sand beasts? Since when do sand beasts grow like this? 1, 2... No, there's just too many. Is this the Origin mutants? Move into formation. Be ready for battle. Well, I guess we have to check the after portion. Yoink. OD1 field records after operation. The RI field personnel are attacked by a strange mutated creature when suddenly they receive a distress signal from a hidden Rose Island safe house. Members of the squad decide to investigate. Cool. It's a safe house. Time to promote somebody. Or something. Last one here. Everyone else? Any wounded? No worries here. None here either. Communications equipment? Unharmed. Is this its burrow? Strange. Seem like sand beasts, at least. Sand beasts? Of this size? Over 2 meters long. I spent the better part of my life in these wastelands, but never have I seen a sand beast capable of digging holes. These creatures have Originium crystals on their bodies. Possibly biological mutations caused by Originium pollution then. There's no nomadic cities, no factories, and no mines. How does Originium pollution even happen here? Could that have been a catastrophe's fault? Decent, okay. You'd be underestimating nature. Wildlife knows catastrophes far better than we do. These creatures would have been the first to avoid Originium pollution. Ooh, they evade them. So it's like some of real-life animals. Cities can be torn apart by catastrophes while the wildlife emerges untouched. Nature in this world is ruthless when it wants to eliminate you. If you don't have some way of dealing with Originium, your time as a living species won't be long. I think I have a hypothesis. Like ordinary Originium slugs, the body's outer shell could have absorbed Originium into its makeup, while its innards remain clean and uncorrupted. On that note, has PRTS ever recorded any similar cases? None, not even for the Iron Forge City leakage incident in Colombia, and that's the first thing you'd think of. Sand beasts are docile creatures by nature. Originium shouldn't change them so drastically, and I can't imagine anything short of arts would make them outright aggressive. Stay vigilant, don't let your guard down. Arts? Pastor? So hope this doesn't complicate things for us. Don't let me worry too much. We'll continue on as we were anyhow. Understood. Oh, hello. Is this an RI emergency rescue signal? Is another RI field team maybe? Oh, thank heavens. Someone finally answered. Please help us. Requesting support. This is an RI field personnel team. If you receive this, please reply. This is Long Spring, Watchtower 33. Mob currently. They've come in. Calm down, operator. Tell us what happened. The signal's very poor. They're coming through intermittent. Help us, please. Begging you. And static. Bursts of sharp static and communications break off. Oh wow, it included that? Well, that's not good. What does Watchtower 33 refer to? From the sound of it, seems like an RI safe house code name. A safe house? The mission brief didn't mention any safe houses around here. Truthfully, in a few areas, RI will make a habit of hiding some safe houses out of the way for use in very particular field missions. We ourselves don't know where Watchtower 33 is. Long Spring. Long Spring. That name rings a faint bell. You could let me see the map for a second? Here, if I'm not mistaken. Following about 20 kilometers north from Trumhill, you should find another canyon. That canyon had a little village near it, I'm sure of it. That village, years ago, had a well, one of the very few reliable water sources from miles around. That's why it's Long Spring? So, what do we do next? Change the plans? Or we can try and make for Fecon overnight, get in touch with the branch office and see what assistance we can procure for them. I worry the operator in the safe house may not last long enough for that. All of you, keep going until you reach Fecon and find some support or art there if you can. I'll head for Long Spring and see what the situation is. Don't you worry, I know this land very, very well. Indeed, I can afford to be more flexible on my lonesome. If things get out of hand there, I'll head back for Fecon promptly and join up with you all. Solo mission. That, I object. Oh, I'm aware how where it is of me to say our sand-burrowing mutants and the safe house's distress call might not just be a coincidence, but the Sargon Barons demand we must maintain vigilance. We are not clear about the area surrounding Long Spring. Given we are not, you would gamble more alone than you can afford, Rangers, sir. I'd also like to recommend we move for Long Spring as one. If things aren't friendly for us, we can still cover for each other, especially during our retreat. Does make sense. Yes, you're right. The old man will listen. I ought to at my age anyhow. Can't be as spry and reckless as I was in my younger years. Oh, cool. He's not a curmudgeon. Hey, where is this? Hello? Drudge. This thing is ugly as sin. This freaking guy. Ugliness is a personal thing subject to the eye of each beholder. You ought to be seeing through to what this creature embodies, signifies. See through to the myriad array of evolutionary possibilities that it testifies to. Order is but our own arbitrarily imposed concept which nature suffers. While the world and its beings were, in their primordiality, chaos seized by impermanence. Okay, dude. Of course, I don't expect any of you sort to understand that in the first place. So naturally, your soft, ignorant little brains can't grasp the grand strokes of the evolutionary scheme. This guy's a moron. A language I know, please. Of course, dear sir. Setting apart the matter of whether or not it is ugly to you, I must say you are not seeming wholly satisfied with it. Else you would not be looking for me in the first place. It still isn't strong enough, schoolboy. Your little BC couldn't even make the Lord's escort blink. Surely you do not suppose it was down to the sheer incompetence of your ignorant little mercenaries? These mutant creatures are weapons. Just weapons. If they knew tactics for themselves, you could throw every mercenary of yours into the garbage heap the next day. By that old coot, I'm going to twist your goddamn head off. Hold it. Facepalm. Listen, schoolboy. I'm not backing your research so you can talk my ear off about a bunch of high crap. You're here for me, to solve practical problems. I acknowledge it, no mistake. Your research is something else. But, if you can't help me dispose of my father with it, then you and your little shop of horrors can walk yourselves into the goddamn garbage heap. My patience is limited. As is mine. I've explained this to you over and over already, and I do not wish to do it again, because I do not wish to waste my time. You think you can fool me? I poured money into your little experiments for half a year, the likes of which you'll never see in your entire goddamn life. And I don't think I've seen an equal return on it. Where's that cruel and frightening army you promised me? Where's that might to make the heart no fear, huh? You think all it takes to keep me happy is a bunch of ugly, swollen, light-up sand beasts? What does it take for you to understand? The fruits of scientific research need time to grow swollen. Ugh. Why choose that metaphor? If money was all it took to accelerate the march of science to ripen the fruit, I would have long since flown away to the moon by now. Money is a pretty big cost for that, you know? Enough of that. I'll give you 2 more days and I want to like what I see. Imbecile. Speak in a language I don't understand one more time and I'll throw you and all your little creations into the barren lands to make merry until the sun goes down. Go on, try me. Fetch me some corpses. Come again? Bring me corpses, people's corpses. Corpses like the ones you leave behind, any will do. Of course, ones blighted by the Originium infection will do even better. What the hell do you need those for? You bastard old coot. Now you want to insult the dead, huh? Did you not want the might to make the heart know fear? Then do not hang yourself up on all that pernicious, useless witter you might otherwise call ethics. The corpses, bring them to me. I would like to have you see something interesting. Every time this guy smiles, I hate him even more. Chief, this goes completely against the Lord Amir of Bayalir's great commandments. The old coot is trying to dupe me. You want to take the dead and raise me some Zayadans? Oh, Zayadan huh? I do not know whatever this ghoulish thing you call a Zayadan is, but rest assured you will find confidence in the fruits of my scientific research. Chief, I don't think... Shut up. Old boy, I want you to listen carefully. You might think you're the peak of intelligence. You might think you've seen every move on the board. You might think there's nothing you don't know. But don't think about playing a fast one on me. I've gotten to know your kind all too well. Everyone like you dies because they think they're too goddamn smart to die. The only reason I still put up with you is because you're still useful. I can get you what you need. But don't disappoint me, because you will not like what comes after. Well then, what else can I possibly say? Good luck to you. You're still alive. Don't forget who you have to thank for it. Without me, your research would amount to a pat of bullshit. If not for me, you'd be 6 months dead, rotting in this ore mine. Head in your ass. I'm leaving you two here. Watch him. Got it, boss. Gaggle of imbeciles. Every second I spend talking to you is spent killing off my precious brain cells. I'm still not sure if this is an R6S guy or something. The aged scholar reaches the depths of the caverns. Meandering tunnels lined by frames of cast concrete set in a particular yet strange pattern. The things in here were never meant to be here. Within grey-white metal walls, instruments and devices not of this world wind up into operation. Within a culture chamber manufactured of clear gas, Originium enveloped in connective tissue floats. It contracts, it relaxes, it convulses. So we have a spherical petri dish. Hence why the boss was like, God dang, Originium. Boggles my mind that this world has such an extraordinary existence gracing it. Yet somehow these locals fear it in their ignorance, fear what evolution this great power brings with it. But no, oh, of course, they should be afraid. For the fool fears the unknown, the fool fears might, the fool fears progress. Ignorance, oh you ignorance. This guy is way too full of himself, huh? BRB. Alright. ODO2 defensive range expansion. Before operation. Half a year has already passed since the members of Team Rainbow were unexpectedly transported. Half a year? After recovering from their initial surprise, they gradually adjusted to life in the new land. God damn, boys. Half a year? Mission log, day 184. Currently, we are still holding fast in this rundown house. The 184th day of the mission and the 27th day of reaching the aforementioned rundown house. Who would believe that we've already lived in this place for 184 days? Still have no clues about this world. 2 weeks ago, based on instructions from the locals, we left this rundown house and headed to another town. Before we left, the townspeople said it was a more developed place. I am unsure if our definitions of developed are the same. What happened? Turns out it was a bandit then. No batteries, no useful information, not even a single person we could communicate normally with. Of course, we didn't leave empty-handed. Tina acquired the car. The process was long and arduous, and used up much of what little supplies and ammunition we still had. However, the car was heavily damaged during the conflict and broke down soon after we returned to the house. Alexander tried to repair the car, but this car didn't have an obvious fuel intake point, and on further inspection, even the fuel tank was absent. The engine structure was completely incomprehensible to him, to the point he wasn't even sure it was actually an engine. The only good news was that it was a left-hand drive car. Having been in this world for half a year by now, we are very certain that this place is not Earth. Stealing cars and getting into gunfights, it's like we're fugitives in a post-apocalyptic film. Those bandits with long lizard tails didn't even need to use guns. They were able to throw javelins weighing up to 10 kilograms to a distance tens of meters away. The term gunfight may not be accurate here. Some of them could even create huge fireballs from thin air and launch them, the effect somewhere in between a grenade and an RPG. This world is far too abnormal, to the point where I'm no longer surprised by anything. The adaptability of humans often exceeds my expectations. It seems that we will continue to struggle to survive here. Today will be the last day I'm recording. I don't plan on recording anymore. Storage for this recorder is almost full and the battery will not last much longer. Our only source of power on this world is Tina's solar charger. Thank goodness this world has a sun as well. What would happen if this charger broke, or if we used up all our supplies and ammunition? To be frank, I have no idea. This situation still feels unreal to me, with everything being so weird, yet so natural. Which way is the path back home? Come on, Uman, look at this. Hey, you don't eat vegetables? Let me see what else I have here. What are you doing? Ah! Come and look at Uman, my little buddy. You're raising a... what's it called again? Originium slug. That's what the locals call these things. You still have the mood to raise this? Why not? Spending all day sitting on the roof after all. Might as well find something to do. Can't be talking to my machine gun all the time. Your job is to keep aware of the surrounding area's safety, not play around with this snail thing. What you've said makes sense, but what are we guarding against? Those quivering infected or the townsfolk living a kilometer away who never come here anyway? The only living thing that's come close to this snub of a house is a flying lizard, which I suppose helped out with the ration issue. Where's Tina and Kutz? They went to exchange supplies with those infected people. Tina managed to hunt some stuff again yesterday. She's becoming pretty experienced at it. Tina went out to hunt by herself again? Of course, she's even enjoying it. She's been trying to capture a wild bird and beast. Assuming Tina is Frost. By the way, Kutz went to the town. Remember that thing I dismantled from the car? Kutz said he knows a mechanic in town and wanted to ask about it. Fine. You're too anxious, Cohen. Just relax. We can't return anytime soon anyway. Learn from Kutz and go talk to those people. They're somewhat friendly at least. Still haven't learned the local language. Man, Kutz really knows his stuff. That's what I'm afraid of. Afraid of what? Kutz is getting too close to those people. It isn't a good thing. The atmosphere around here is very abnormal. That town is too full of contradictions. We've been here for nearly a month. Don't tell me you haven't picked up on that. A local government official who stays in his manor all day and never leaves. Oh, I guess the proper term is lord? There's those fully armed private soldiers of his as well. And this infected zone. The entire region is governed by the same lord. Yet these infected are not allowed to live in the town. Even the other townsfolk are unwilling to approach this place. They were driven here. That's because these friends got a strange sickness. The act of separating the sick when an infectious disease is raging about is not uncommon after all, even in the past. At least the Lord did not just lock them all up in prison. Originium sickness, or was it oripathy? I don't remember the exact term. All we know about this sickness is that it is related to Originium, it is infectious, and it is incurable. But how does it actually spread between people? What does it being incurable actually mean? No one's answered our questions and assumed that we should know the basic situation. This disease is either common sense in this town or it is common sense in this world. If it is only contact with Originium ore that will cause problems, then I don't think that it is necessary to carry out quarantine measures. Besides, the doctor also thinks that there is no risk of infection from our frequency and distance of interaction with these infected. This infected zone is just a wall-less prison, breeding hate between the infected and the townsfolk. You can feel it even without seeing it for yourself. The word I'm using is hate, not just exclusion and discrimination. Hate is carved into every word they speak, every action they do. It's become part of their culture. Hate. You understand what I mean? This isn't just a problem about an unknown disease anymore. We shouldn't get involved in any local conflicts. Just imagine this scenario. The townsfolk began grabbing torches, raising pitchforks, and rushing into these infected's homes. What would you do then? Shoot them down? Hard to say. We have them to thank for our food, water, and medicine for the past few months. For this, we've been trudging back and forth across this treacherous wasteland, being attacked by anything that moves and not getting even a single glimpse of civilization. Until we got their help. Do you really think we can just mind our own business, Cohen? They grabbed the weapons and broke into Dr. Miyaro's clinic. Do you really want to just stand aside and watch? As for the problem we mentioned earlier, I don't think the infectiousness can be ignored. It's as if everyone in this world has undergone professional chemical warfare training. They are always covering up their nose and mouth and being extremely sensitive about protecting their respiratory systems, no matter their age or gender. I've repeated this point before as well, that we must prepare similar protections for ourselves. The doctor also approved of us keeping our distance. Thankfully, the infected don't have any complaints towards this. Perhaps this is normal to them. What did the doctor say about this? I didn't ask him. None of us asked him. Every time we mention this topic, he always looks as though he would rather avoid it completely. As long as he thinks our defensive measures are fine, I won't bother him about it. Shh! I did not order pizza. There's no need to match passwords, Miss Cohen. It's me, Miyaro. Right on cue. Hold on, let me open the door. Miyaro is a... Oh my, it's a kid! It's fucking Pero. Good morning, doctor. Good morning, Miss Cohen. Oh my god, he's super infected. Unless it's only here and not covered up. Good morning, Mr. Alexander. We were just talking about you. You do realize you're raising an Originium slug, Mr. Alexander? Yeah, this little thing is actually pretty fun to play with. Tina caught some earlier and this one was too small, so I kept it. So you came to look for Tina? No, I'm here to deliver stuff. These are medical supplies. There were more leftovers this time. Thank you very much, Doctor. We're always imposing on you. I should be the one thanking you. It's all thanks to those Originium slugs Miss Tina caught that we have enough painkillers for the next few months. So these Originium slugs really can cure diseases? How do I put it? Oropathy is incurable. This remedy made by fermenting the body fluids of slugs not only help to relieve the pain, cannot actually cure the disease. However, being able to relieve the pain is already a great blessing to the infected. Crystallization on the skin will affect normal life. The pain is so unbearable for some that they cannot even move. It's great that we can be of help. This is the book that you asked me to look for you the last time. I specifically looked for one in the Ursus language. Oh great, let me take a look. Right. Can you understand it? With some difficulty. At a glance, it looks like Cyrillic. But when I look closer at it, there are many differences. At least you have something to do now. Just treat this as learning a foreign language. It should be more interesting than playing with a snail. Speaking of language, what do you call the language we're speaking now? Your accents are a little weird, but it is undoubtedly the Victorian language. Victoria. What about the locals? What do they speak? The people here speak Sargonian. Though Sargonian itself has a lot of dialects. For example, most Sargonians can't understand the Sargonian spoken by the tribes from the rainforest in East Sargon. That's complicated. Ursus. What kind of place is Ursus? Right, I mean he should know Ursus means bear. I'm not too sure myself. Back in school, they used to say that Ursus was in the far north and covered in snow year-round. It's ruled by a Tsar. But I don't know anyone who's ever been to Ursus. Haha. Tsar? Tch. What's wrong? You seem disappointed. A little. If I have the chance, I'd really like to take a look at this place called Ursus. Traveling to faraway places. That sounds nice. Perhaps only great people like you are able to do it. If possible, I also hope to travel to Colombia to complete my studies and become a real doctor. Alas, I don't have that much money and the patients here still need me. You're still young. There's always a chance in the future. Well, yep. Maybe. Oh right, there's one other thing. Please don't go outside for a while and hide that car of yours as well. What happened? Did something happen in town? Yes. How did you know? Last night I saw the Lord's soldiers patrolling by the wall. That was unusual. Actually, the Lord's soldiers have been doing night patrols in the infected zone for a week now. Recently, monsters have been appearing in town. They've attacked many people. Monsters. Man, all the animals in this world are already so strange. I don't dare imagine what a monster would be like. Townsfolk have been complaining about the infected lately. You want to move to the second floor of my clinic for a few days? The Lord's soldiers will come to inspect this ruined house sooner or later. Will it be fine, Doctor? It might bring you trouble. You've helped me out so much, I don't think it's a big deal. I agree with the Doctor. Clashing with the Lord's soldiers will just get us involved in the local issues and bring more trouble upon us. I don't want to get in the fight with those 2-meter tall dog head people. 2-meter tall dog? What am I looking at here? Dog what? I'll tell you about that next time. Someone's coming. I did not order pizza. Alexander, open the door. It's Tina. Hold on. It's always Ash that opens it. Calm down, what happened? Cohen, trouble. A group of armed townsfolk are blocking the road to the infected zone and the infected are confronting them. Those people are acting very aggressively, demanding that someone be handed over to them. You see, what did I say earlier? Speak of the devil. Townsfolk? Armed? Why? The Lord's soldiers do not allow normal townsfolk to approach the infected zone. It just means the Lord's soldiers no longer have the time to care about this place anymore. Wait, what about Kurtz? Didn't Kurtz go to the town this morning? Kurtz said he was going to look for a mechanic in town this morning. He hasn't returned yet. Oh no. What do we do? Go check it out first. Please make sure if Kurtz is there. Should we bring weapons? Bring them just in case, but don't attack unless absolutely necessary. Alright. No, wait. Don't worry, let me handle it first. I'm more familiar with the townsfolk. Let me negotiate with them. Alright, Doctor. Please be careful. It's fine. The townsfolk, they're reasonable. Oh god, he's gonna die. You're gonna one-tap his ass. Hand that person over. What the hell is happening, you fucking pogroms? Give us that suspicious person. All of us saw it. What the hell are you talking about? Don't lie to us, you damn pollutants. Jesus Christ, pollutants. I know all the recent happenings. What are you guys doing? You ungrateful maggots. The Lord should never have allowed you to stay. I saw a large and heavily wrapped up person leave town and sneak over here earlier. Hand him over. I don't know what you're talking about. Fine, since you refuse to give up this false pretense, we don't need to be courteous anymore. Everyone, get them. Don't you dare. Do you really think we're pushovers? Everyone, they want to fight. Well. Fucking normies. Hey, stop. Don't fight. Let's talk first, alright? Ah, Mr. Kurtz, didn't I ask you to hide? It's fine, don't worry. Let me talk with them. This accent. You're not from here. Who are you? What do I do now? Ahem. Blitz. I'm a merchant, one that collects trash. Oh god. Merchant? You're a merchant. What do you have to sneak around? What do you have under that bulging robe of yours? Come on, show us. Capture him. Bring him to the Lord. Fine, fine, fine. I'll listen to you. I'll go with you guys. There's no reason for us to fight, right? I'll explain clearly to your Lord. Mr. Kutz. Capture these guys as well. I suspect they're all accomplices. You, don't go too far. What right do you have to capture others? Oh, come on. Bro, that's pretty unreasonable of you. His friends just bought some Originium slugs that I hunted. Surely it's not a crime to sell Originium slugs. Who knows if you people are colluding together to plan something sinister? Capture them. Capture all of them. God damn, peak racism here. Stop! Are you planning to go against Lord Tula's will? Doctor, you've finally come. Ah, apologies, Dr. Miyaro. Lord Tula ruled that no one is allowed to approach this zone unless you are an infected as well. What? Are all of you infected? Don't bother trying to smooth talk us. What kind of relationship do you have with this outsider? Spit it out. Says the sarcasm. What the hell, man? Otherwise, we'll capture you as well. He's a patient of mine. There's no rule that my clinic cannot accept outsiders as patients. Well then, since you want to stop me, why don't you try and see? What are you planning to do? Don't waste time here. Bring them away. Hold on. You're not from this town. What do you think of it? The doctor is trying to reason with them. The other side are stubborn as bulls. Doesn't seem like it can be resolved peacefully. Don't be rash. Let the doctor handle it. Cohen, something's wrong. Huh? Do you see those big guys in the back there? I see them. What are those things they're carrying? They're wrapped in cloth. With that size, doesn't seem like they're farming tools. Normal farmers carry these kinds of heavy weapons? Even in this world, I don't think farmers would till the fields while carrying huge swords. You're not here to talk, Cohen. Fucking Centurion. Don't do anything stupid. Both of you, cover me. Understood. Brat, shut your mouth if you don't want to die. You're not from here. I've never seen you before. Who are you people? What are you planning to do here? Huh. You guys are just like thieves crying stop. Guards, these are intruders here. Guards. Everyone, there are intruders. Cheh. You talk too much. Time to shut up. Huh? Infected is down. Doctor, get down. President, get down. Okay, at least he hasn't died yet. Guns. They're mercenaries. Why are there mercenaries in the infected zone? Don't worry about it. You have to bring them all back, dead or alive. Do it. Don't even think about it. Lord, cover fire. Should have done so from the start. Taste this. Russian profanity. Classic. Classic X profanity. Alright. OD2 defensive expansion after. Infected creatures and strange mercenaries attack the infected community of Long Spring. Team Rainbow leaps into the fray to help them avert disaster, but the situation takes an unexpected turn for the worse. Hello, Cohen. Ceasefire. Watch out for civilians. Getting away, Cohen. Don't bother with them. Protect the others. Someone come here. There are injured people here. Let's bring them inside. Doctor, are you okay? I'm here. I'm fine. My leg. My leg is broken. My leg. Calm down. Your leg is still here. It's just dislocated. Grit your teeth. Oh, jeez. Mama! Mama! Has anyone seen Algar's mother? Help me. Please. We're running out of bandages. Those profanity. Is there a fire over there? Isn't the town center in that direction? Looks like this isn't the only place that was attacked. Why? Where did the Lord's guards go? Don't care about those guards or whatever anymore. There are sounds of fighting everywhere now. It's only getting worse. We can't stay here. It's too wide open. Are these the corpses he wanted to... Let's move those wounded behind this building for now. I mean, he did specify he wanted the infected are more special. Monsters! The monsters have come again. Help! This is endless. Alexander, get on the roof and cover us. Understood. There's no time, Doctor. We need to leave this place. But where can we go? Let's go to your clinic. Disinfected. Don't worry too much about it. Let's get everyone to go to your clinic first. Alright. Hello, sir. Someone lend a hand. He can't walk anymore. Kurtz, can you go and check if there's anyone else hiding in these houses? Let's get everyone here to the clinic. Stay safe. Understood. This is really a disaster. You can say that again. 40 plus people. Is everyone here? Yes. Everyone you've rescued is here. How many are we missing? Quite a number. Maybe they went to the other side of the town. But some old ones, they didn't make it. Don't beat yourself up. It's not your fault. These monsters, where are they from? Are they trained beasts? I don't know. I've never seen anything like them before. When those thugs drew their weapons, these monsters began burrowing out of the ground. Here's where they came from. How can there be so many of them? How's the surrounding situation? A big mess. There's sounds of combat from the other side of the town. I don't know what happened there. How much ammo do we have left? Not much. I only have 4 magazines left. If Alexander runs out of ammo, then we're in big trouble. Ammo isn't the biggest problem right now. This house isn't going to last much longer. Judging by those monsters' size, if we let even 1 or 2 escape, they will definitely smash through this wall and it'll be impossible to stop them then. We need a plan. Doctor, how are the patients doing? Many of them are wounded. I'm only able to do some simple treatment. We're lacking bandages and disinfectants. Is there any way to leave the town for now? Where would we go after leaving town while bringing so many with us? Without food and water, going onto the wasteland means certain death. I don't think these monsters will give up on attacking us. If we go to the wastelands, we'll just be in a worse position without any cover or means of hiding ourselves. Besides, we've all witnessed their burrowing abilities. I know a place. Might be safe. There's a special building at the south side of town. Might be the safest place in town, barring the Lord's residence. Do elaborate? There was this medical organization called Rhodes Island. Here we go. It rented a piece of land at the edge of town. Later, they hired workers to dig a fair amount of soil and stone and built a very solid house there. It could be the strongest building around here. It looks just like a fortress. How do you know that this Rhodes Island will be willing to help us? There's only one watchman at that building and I know him. I purchased some medical supplies from him before. There's a lot of soil. Most likely they dug out the basement. Sounds like a safe house used by mercenaries. Doesn't sound reliable. Unless we have a better option, I suggest we take a look. Without food nor water, staying in this place is no different than waiting for death. That building is at the edge of town. You can head over from outside town to avoid being seen by others. Kids, is your shield still usable? Half of it. I can use it to bash someone. Probably. I need someone to go with me to help protect the doctor. I'll go. Worst comes to worst, I can always shield the doctor with my body. Don't talk crap. Kurtz and I will go with the doctor to check out that safe house. Tina, you stay here with Alexander. Understood. Doctor, no matter what happens next, please follow my orders. Understood. Kurtz, protect the doctor well. I'll keep him safe. Small D, doctor. Not capital D. Hello. I don't see any lights. Is there no one there? Technically, it's torches. Keep your distance. This building's door has been smashed. Even here. What are these thugs' goals? Rob and plunder like common bandits? No, they just want the corpses. Akfen. Help. Help. Anyone, help me. I don't want to die. Damn it. It's the watchman. Don't move and stay here. I'll go have a look. Oh, hello. You're Akfen? If only I didn't take this job. I don't want to die here. Who are you? Don't move, your leg's broken. Mercenaries. Don't kill me, I beg you, don't kill me. I really don't know where the key is, I'm just a simple watchman. Please believe me, I really don't know. Calm down, I'm here to help. You're not together with those guys. Help me, help me. I said calm down. Let's bring the doctor. Mr. Akfen, your leg. You're that infected doctor. Oh, thank heavens. Don't worry, let me look at your leg. Man, this place has been turned upside down. Inside looks a lot smaller than the outside. Secret doors, hidden rooms, and fortified walls. Aren't all safe houses like that? What's this? Radio equipment? It's completely destroyed though. Such a large machine. Looks very retro. Turns out this world also had communications equipment like this. They even have cars after all. It's not strange for them to have radio. There were other broken electronics back at the rundown house we stayed at before, like a fridge, fans, a kettle, though none of them actually used electricity. Just like this wireless radio, that car we got. All these machines have a device filled with black crystals. Suppose that is the energy source for these devices. Ouch, ouch. Please be gentler, doctor. Please bear with it. Luckily, it's not very serious. The bone isn't broken. You're the person in charge of this place? This is Road RI's branch office. I'm actually just a simple watchman. Let me guess. Those thugs came here and forced you to open the basement door, but you persisted in your duty and kept playing dumb, which resulted in you getting beaten up and left here to die? Something like that. Wait, how do you know there's a basement? You've been tricked. We're actually the thugs' backup, here to get you to confess everything. What? Cuts! This fucking guy. Don't get angry, I'm just trying to liven up the atmosphere. What are you actually planning to do? Don't worry, they're good people. They've been protecting the inhabitants of the infected zone all this while. The infected zone was attacked as well. It's messed up. What about the Lord's soldiers? Where are Lord Tula's soldiers? The Lord's soldiers still haven't appeared. They might be in trouble as well. Mr. Watchman, we need your help. But what can I do to help? Can't even stand up right now. The infected townsfolk have also been attacked, with many of them being injured and the buildings of the infected zone suffering heavy damages. We need you to open up the safe house and let them hide in here. That, in return, we will guarantee your safety. You can trust us. But based on the contract I signed with Rhodes Island, the entire safe house is the property of Rhodes Island. I don't have the authority. Ugh, infected. Alright, let them come. Losing my job is better than losing my life. Thank you. Voice. Alright, OD3 Safe House Battle B4. Team Rainbow and the manager of RI Safe House reach a cooperative agreement to shelter the displaced infected, but the mercenaries and invaders give pursuit. Seems simple enough. Hello, Mr. Drudge. Guns. Mercenaries. What are you babbling about? Telling the truth, boss. They've got huge guns. They killed Jarman. Mercenaries with big guns. Are they Sancta? Are you telling me you blew your mission over for Sancta? I don't think they're Sancta. Probably. They're not sancta, but they're mercs carrying around big guns. If you're gonna lie to me, at least make it believable. He's telling the truth. What do you mean he's telling the truth? He's telling the truth. They were heavily armed, but they really weren't sancta. Jarman took one in the brain, but I didn't see an arrow or a bolt. Sarkas aren't that weak. These ones weren't part of your plan. Having to deal with a bunch of fully armed mercenaries was not in the contract, boss. We need a raise. And where are they now? They're not in the infected quarter anymore. Our men are looking for them, but we haven't seen any major movements. They should still be in the area. How's the old bastard doing? Father's people are tough, especially that little sister of yours. We bumped off some of their fighters, but you haven't been able to breach the manor perimeter. Your scientists' monsters are doing good work out there, but your casters suck. We lost a lot of them already without getting much for them. Those are already the best money can buy. Until your boss is willing to send us a caster, you're in no position to complain. Then get your scientists to cook us some more monsters. Or change tactics. That mansion is a fortress, and a direct attack isn't going to work. It's not like your sister is an easy target either. Who is your sister? What about the old bastard himself? Is he still holed up in the house? I haven't seen your father yet. No sign of him at all since we showed up. I knew it. I knew something happened to him. Keep watching the manor. Tell me as soon as you've got news. What about the change our tactics part? Getting ahead of yourself. Call it a Sarkas mercenary's intuition. The longer you drag this out, the more chances they have to go wrong. I have a contingency plan. I just need time to put it together. Is this guy the contingency plan? Because confident as I am in the results of my experiments, the look on your face tells me you don't share my assessment. Come, tell me, where have things gone wrong this time? I need progress from you. Would you like to offer something a little more constructive? Or is your pointless needling all you have? I gave you enough corpses. I need at least 20 monsters. Originiums. What? Oh god, you named them already. These monsters are Originiums. They have a name. Mutants, Originiums. Why should I care what they're called? Give me more monsters. I gave you so many already. Did you get them all killed so quickly? I'm curious. How are your minions using the Originiums? Do they rely on your Originium arts? Hold up, BRB. What is it exactly? Superpowers? Occult mysticism? Magic? Where does it come from? Come, satisfy my curiosity. I must speak with your casters. Just do your job, egghead. You don't need to be thinking about Originium arts right now. Once we're done here, you'll have plenty of time for your own research. I have very little confidence in your project. But speaking of time, did I not tell you? Yours is, in fact, limited. What are you talking about? The lifespan of these Originiums won't exceed 1 week. Whatever it is you have to do, you'll have to do it quickly. What are you trying to pull? This is the price for your lack of patience. You want the Originiums produced quickly, you want them tremendously powerful, and at the same time you want them to have no weaknesses. You truly believe such a thing is possible. I told you, no tricks, egghead. I'm busy. I have no time to joke with you. If you are so dissatisfied with my work, I suggest you take matters into your own hands. Use your own ingenuity to solve these genetic engineering complications that I, as a professional, can't solve in so little time. Of course, you could bring me more materials, give me more time, and make your own contributions to this rapid family drama you're putting on. Science is fair. You always have a choice. That's enough of your slippery talking. Get back to work, egghead. Don't expect any mercy out of me if you fail. Price of failure is a slow and miserable death. I'm a man of my word. When you put it like that, what else can I say? Is that his tagline or something? Good luck, my friend. Good luck again as well. There's so much smoke and chaos. even need to get close to know what's going on. Never expected the riot of this scale. Putting our horns in is sure to cause problems. I'm back. Oh? What's the situation? It's out of control. There's constant fighting around the mansion on the north side of town. Looks like mercenaries on one side. Things are even worse outside the manor. Bloodstains and collapsing houses everywhere. There's infected sand beasts scurrying through the alleyways. There's a lot of them. If it's gotten that bad, then where's the Sargon military? The Lord Amir's forces? There are some armed guards in that manor on the north side. I didn't see any other Sargon soldiers. So it's been like this for 2 days? And I wonder if the watchman at the safe house is okay. Doesn't look good. Let's not jump to conclusions. In other news, I found the safe house. Some people have taken up guarding it, but they're not Rhodes Island personnel. Been occupied by the mercenaries? No, not exactly. Don't look like typical mercs. Their defensive positioning is extremely specialized. They have ambush kill zones, traps, and decoys all set up. Most importantly, they've got a lot of townsfolk in that safe house. Townsfolk? So what kind of people do they have guarding in the safe house? They look pretty much like you. They've got guns. Guns? Black Steel mercenaries? They don't have any obvious markings on them. Can't say for sure they're Black Steel. Armed professionals stripped of any identifying marks with guns. Oof, my head hurts. There are a lot of forces at work in this town. We can rule out a bandit raid, and if the Lord Amir's forces are missing, not an act of war. The situation here, far more complicated than I thought. They're willing to protect civilians in the middle of a riot. They can't exactly be evil. Maybe we should try to make contact. Let's be careful. There are a lot of possibilities here, even if you just look at them protecting the townsfolk. I just hope that they're the type you can reason with. They probably are? Surely. What's the sitch? No good. I can't make sense of it. This thing looks like a circuit board, but it's totally different from any circuit I've ever seen. You gave me a month and a technical manual. I'm still not sure I could figure it out. Screw it. I'm going to stand guard upstairs. I've been squatting so long, my back is sore. Good hustle, Lord. No good? None of us have ever seen anything like the tech inside this comms equipment. I don't think we're going to be able to get work. You wouldn't know it from the outside. Looks like your typical transmitter. Just like with the van back there, the energy they use in this world is unique. All their technology is based on this stuff called Originium. Still studying that communicator, huh? Originium comms equipment uses some really complicated tech. RI always had to send engineering casters out to maintain it. I'm not surprised you can't fix it. You said before you used this device to send out a distress signal. Oh, I'm not sure if the signal actually got through. When the rioters attacked the safe house, I hit the communicator as quick as I could. They broke in before I got to talk to anyone. Everything happened so fast, I could barely speak. Could be the Rhodes Island operator who took the call couldn't even hear me. So the cavalry isn't coming. I was never waiting for the cavalry. Don't look worried at all. I could say we're pretty used to fighting without backup. Wow. I'm thinking if you had shown up just a little later, I'd be spending the rest of my life in a wheelchair. Or maybe a coffin. All I can say is thanks. Not necessary. Done a lot to help the civilians yourself. Well, I wouldn't make a big deal out of that. Beating the infected is kind of Rhodes Island's business. Even if I'm just a reserve logistics operator serving as a doorman. Treating. Does that mean there's medical supplies here? But what are these weapons for? Oh, well. Rhodes Island is mainly a pharmaceutical company, but the safe house doesn't actually offer any treatment services. Safe houses are mostly to provide combat operators with supplies, equipment, weapons, and stuff when they're out on missions. Right. Hold on, what's this? Is this a grenade launcher? Grenade. Let me see. Oh my, is this a landmine? They've got all kinds. I thought the people here didn't use thermal weapons. structure of this grenade launcher is a little strange. There's no propellant charge for the grenades. Does it use compressed gas? Look, there's a model using hydraulic springs. Be careful, that box is full of Originium explosives. It's dangerous. Mr. Ockman, do you have ammunition for small arms here? Small arms? You mean guns? Oh, are you asking about etched ammo? You wouldn't usually have anything that valuable in a safe house like this. Rhode Island combat personnel rarely uses guns. Can we use these explosives? Just be careful. Originium explosives are very dangerous. They used to only be for combat operators. But you look like you know what you're doing. I won't stop you. Thank you very much. What about these? What are these wild looking parts for? Backup casting units. Don't break them. Casting units? Must be for that Originium Arts stuff. Originium Arts is a technique that lets them throw those fireballs. We're getting into the weeds here. I'm no caster. But Originium Arts comes in all kinds of flavors. Every caster has his own specialty. Would the engineering casters you mentioned before be one of those? Huh? Have you never seen arts before? Well, we haven't seen much. But how? You've got guns, aren't you casters? A gun user who can't use Originium Arts. Now that's rare. Oh, Mr. Ockman, your leg hasn't healed yet. I don't want you walking around. I'm fine. Got my crutches. I can walk a few steps. Doctor, how are the patients doing down there? Got most of the wounded stabilized, thanks to the medical supplies here. Don't look so hot. Are you okay? I just haven't slept at all. It'll be fine. You need rest. We'll be in big trouble if we lose our only doctor. Don't worry, I'll be careful. Oh god, he's gonna die at the end of this, isn't he? Speaking of Originium Arts, don't they have some kind of magic where you say a spooky incantation and there's a big flash of light and presto! You're all healed up? What are you talking about? No then? What about like a healing potion that you drink in and all your wounds close right up? None of that either? That's the stuff of sci-fi novels. There are arts that can heal wounds, but they're a very difficult type of arts to master. Before you can master healing arts, you first have to have a complete understanding of medical science. You have to know the anatomical structures of all the different races, things like that. Also, most healing arts users can only stop bleeding or speed up wound recovery. These arts are very useful on the operating table, but in my experience, they're no substitute for real medical skill. Doctor, can you use arts? I have a little knowledge, not very useful though. It's probably a really bad idea considering all his crystals. That's boringly realistic. Think a world with magic would be so inconvenient. Hold up, did you just say sci-fi novels? Now I'm extra curious what your world's sci-fi novels talk about. Would you find a bookstore in a bigger city? Maybe some history books too. Are books expensive? I got myself all worked up now. You're a weird bunch. Where are you from anyway? Colombia? Victoria? You talk like you're Victorians, but like from a couple decades ago. Well, I'm not really sure how to answer that one. Miss Ko and her friends came from very far away. From a place where oripathy doesn't even exist. What? Yeah, that. A country with no oripathy, really? No oripathy, no infected, that means no discrimination of the infected. Until class comes along. A place with no hatred where everyone's equal? Lordy Lou, what kind of paradise is that? Well, shit. Alright then, your faces say it all. Just pretend I never asked. We're under attack. It's a good one. Boomst? Is it just... Sitrap? This is just the first wave. They have us surrounded. They were probing us with those earlier strikes. Got more incoming. Your traps? All good. Watch your explosives. Blitz, keep an eye on the left flank. Don't let them get a drop on us. Understood. Lord, conserve your ammo. No problem. Let them come. Watch for surprise attacks. Let's see what they've got. Here they come. Hold your fire. Let them get a little closer. A boom. Zach, any more? 9 o'clock. Lord, the enemy's up, dead ahead. Enemy down. These big guys with the horns are tough. Go for headshots. Ash, over there. What is that? Lord, be careful. Blonk. Russian profanity. Alexander, I'm okay. Don't worry about me, hold the line. What on earth is this? Watch out for those mutants. Light cover's no good. That's a proper formation. Those four know what they're doing. Sounds like gunfire. No, those are more intense shots. That's a big rapid-fire gun. They're surrounded. It's the same mercenaries who were attacking the manor. Those monsters remind me of what we saw in Longmen. The host and the herd. But they're not really the same. Mercenaries carrying big guns and mercenaries commanding mysterious monsters. The situation is changing. The balance is about to break. What do we do? Don't hesitate. Prepare for battle. Those vile beings who drive you? Is drive you a thing? Nope. Who drive this kind of monsters into battle deserve not a single bit of mercy. Roger. Drivey is not a thing, folks. That's just drive. Right, safe house battle after. The Rose Island squad reaches a safe house in Long Spring, which is currently under attack by mercenaries and mutated creatures. The Rose Island squad fights alongside Team Rainbow to repel the attackers. Cool. Thunderbolt. Ugh, my eyes. Where are the casters? Take out that Voivre. Don't even think about it. Pure damage. What's happening? There's more of them? How? We're in a bad way. They've got way too much firepower. Cut our losses and fall back before this gets any worse. I see you. Come the balls. Ugh. Sniper. Shit. Where? Forget it. Just run. You're not getting away. Ugh. Well, that's a huge ass bolt in your body now. Fall back. Quickly, just run. They're running. Sit rep. Comes the briefing. You okay, Alexander? Yeah, just a flesh wound. Those guys are learning. Don't let your guard down. We still got company. That's close enough, friend. I appreciate the help, but let's keep a comfy distance until we figure things out. Relax, we mean you no harm. We're a Rhodes Island field team and you're holed up in a Rhodes Island safe house. We're responding to a distress call. Please identify yourselves. Calm down, I'm here to help. It's the Rhodes Islanders? Hey, the cavalry came after all. Go get Mr. Ochben. Got it. Rhodes Island operator. Hooray, we're saved, we're saved. This guy's happy as hell. Hey, comms equipment. Would you look at that? That's about the size of it. So those four mercenaries are the ones who set up these temporary defenses? I'm really sorry. They broke my communicator and I couldn't protect the safe house. I wouldn't blame you if you fired me on the spot. Don't worry, this old man doesn't have the power to fire anybody. The way I see it, you held out this long all by yourself. That's pretty fantastic. If it weren't for you, these infected would have met a much worse fate. How many are they? Counting the doctor outside, 43, all infected. The four mercenaries were protecting them all this time? Mercenaries going out of their way to look after infected. That's something you don't see every day. Mercenaries who not only don't look down on them, but actively try to help them. Maybe I'm being a bit too paranoid, but where did these saints come from? I think they may not realize. From the way they talk, I get the impression they were just protecting ordinary innocent townsfolk. Guess it's less that they don't discriminate against the infected, and more that they don't care about oripathy. They don't look infected at all. I've never seen mercenaries like them. I've never heard of any Team Rainbow. They've got guns, but none of them look like Sancta? Unless the Sancta figured out a way to hide their fluorescent lamps. Fucking Halo, are you serious? A non-Sancta mercenary group fully decked out with big guns like that is gonna be huge news. Black Steel R&D would go nuts if they heard about this. Let's not talk about them like they're not here. Regardless, they saved the Rose Island operator and protected a bunch of infected. Until we have some evidence, we shouldn't be doubting their motives. Our top priority is finding a solution to our predicament. Let's talk to them. Nice. We drink water first. Water good. They've been in there for a while. What do you think of this Rhodes Island? I've been wondering about them. What kind of pharmaceutical company needs a safe house full of military-grade hardware out on the edge of civilization? They've got enough arms and explosives to outfit a platoon. And the employees of this pharmaceutical company all look like professional soldiers. Either this world's doctors are armed to the teeth or the pharmaceutical business is a front. Probably both. They're armed, but they look well-trained and well-spoken. It's a night and day difference with the thugs we ran into before. Also, maybe it's just me, but I get a real familiar vibe for them. You know, I got that too. They're reasonable, civilized people at least. Everything I saw before had me thinking this world was an apocalyptic bandit-ridden hellscape. I mean, it is. I'm finished binding your wound, Mr. Alexander. Thanks, Doc. Doctor, are you familiar with this Rhodes Island organization? I've heard a bit from the caravans. They're a group that specializes in critical care for the infected, as well as an oropathy research team. But isn't it an incurable disease? Yes. Actually, there used to be a lot of people who claimed to be able to cure oropathy. They were mostly shysters who end up ruined when their scams were exposed. Why was that so hard? As for those who just exaggerated the effectiveness of their drugs suppressing the symptoms of oropathy, they might not reach the level of fraud yet. Even their suppressant drugs are very expensive. I guess so. Once heard about a lord whose daughter contracted oropathy and he spent a lot of money to buy the suppressants from Colombia to save his daughter. Years later, the lord's money dried up and his daughter died of the disease. But look at this. What is it? This is the safe house's store of oropathy suppressants. These past few days, I injected some of the more serious sufferers with this. It really did suppress their symptoms. It works better than any drug I've ever seen before. This medicine must be insanely expensive, no? But Mr. Ockfen wasn't concerned with that at all. When I told him some of my patients were in critical condition, he gave me the box. It's not that I don't believe there are good people in this world, but hey, I didn't expect that. Don't overthink it. Suspicion is costly. Whether you show it or not, it's going to get in the way of our talks with you. Looks like our goals are aligned, so we can just lay this stuff on the table. If you say so. Oh, they're here. Sorry to keep you waiting. Now, let's skip the pleasantries. Thank you for saving Ahmed. Without you, Rose Island would have lost a good work. I mean, that is pleasantries though. When the mission is over, I'll make a full report, and Rose Island will remunerate you appropriately and compensate you for your supplies. Remuneration. Remuneration is nice. Also, you put your lives on the line for the infected, and that wins this old man's admiration. These townsfolk have done a lot for us in our time here. Leaving them to die wouldn't be our style. So you're mercenaries? No, we're... Yes, we are. We're mercenaries, the super expensive kind. Can you give us the name of your company? Mercenaries like you are a rare breed. We're let me think of a name. Polar Bear Logistics. I understand if you're not in the position to say. We're from a faraway country in the south. That's right, we're from way down south. The south. South of Sargo. Beyond the Foan Hotlands? Foan? Yes, the south. Right. There's other countries beyond the Foan Hotlands. That's shocking. I've lived a long time. This is the first time I've ever heard of people down there. In all the records of all the Lords of Mir, there's never been a single report of someone crossing the Hotlands. Make the media story a little more plausible. Plausible like polar bear logistics. Anyway, warriors with Ursine and Victorian accents. Doesn't matter where you come from. You're willing to fight for the infected, and at least on that point, our interests are aligned. At least for now, we can work together to deal with this situation. I can agree with that. So, who can tell us what the heck happened to this town? Ah, they're gathering corpses. Arcas mercenary. Controlling the monsters should be casters. They're organized, disciplined, and most importantly, they know when to cut their losses and back down. They're not here for a quick raid. They're all properly geared up with Colombian equipment. Some of them were extremely tough back when they sieged the safe house. Judging from the equipment and tactics, they should be professional mercenaries who signed the Red Mark contract. I'm afraid it's a rebellion against the local lord. But why are they attacking civilians? They chased us here from the infected quarter. What on earth do these mercs actually want? The most likely answer is they wanted to silence you. I'm afraid that's not the only thing they were after. What do you mean? When they attacked the infected quarter yesterday, they were obviously targeting the sick. They were trying to round them up. I'm pretty sure that was their goal. Kidnapping infected. That doesn't make sense. Enemy's objectives are a mystery to us. That's not the most important thing. For now, the best thing we can do is wait. Wait? You may not realize it, but we're standing in the middle of a fait accompli. We walked into this Lord Amir's territory without his permission, violating his commandments and the local laws. We've broken a major Sargon taboo. The town nobility may be in the middle of a war, but they're still the rulers here. Sticking our noses in anything else at this point would only make our situation even worse. The local lord set up an infected porter. Tells us he's not totally cruel and heartless. He was willing to let Rhodes Island build a safe house here. Means he's not an isolationist. I think he'll treat us fairly. National law, local government. I get it. That's the best we can hope for right now. Until the situation changes again, we'll hold out in the safe house and wait for the riots to die down. I hope you can help us. No problem, we need Rhodes Island's professional expertise too. Alright then, I'm looking forward to working with the four of you. Sweet! Where is OD04? Alright folks, I just checked. There is no OD4 story, so this should be it. Supply recovery plan. The Rhodes Island operators reached a cooperative agreement with Team Rainbow. Both sides agreed to act conservatively, focusing on defense of the safe house while avoiding the broader political turmoil brewing outside. You can do it, Lord. Yeah. What am I looking at? Almost, just a little more. And ha! Are they fixing equipment? It's up. Well done. Yes, it's very impressive you can pull back this crossbow with your bare hands. Whew! What a design. You can tell by looking at it that this crossbow has such tensile strength. It's a pretty ordinary crossbow. More sarcasm can lock it bare-handed. A heavy crossbow with this kind of power. At least at 100 meters, it won't be that different from a gun. It's just too much work. I already learned the hard way that bit about our physical differences. That zappy girl over there might be no weaker than me. Are you talking about Liskarm? She's a Voivod. They're a strong race for sure. Right. Why the sudden interest in these weapons? We're expecting a lot of fights soon, so it's time to think about what to do when we run out of ammo. Without bullets, my gun might as well be a paperweight. I don't think we can take them hand to hand when it comes to that, and our training and experience won't be enough either. How much do we have left? Not much over here. Not even 400 rounds. Let me show you something. Is this a bullet? It's a bullet that Rhodes Islander named Liskarm uses. Call it an etched bullet, and it's apparently an extremely expensive commodity. Did you take it apart yet? What's it made of? What's the propellant? chunk of crystal. Looks like an energy source. Is that a propellant or a warhead? A Laterana gunsmith once told me that every single etched bullet contains a miniature casting unit that matches up with the structure of a Laterana gun. That means it's not only the gun, but every etched bullet is basically a caster's staff. That's why they're so expensive. Why they need such complicated arts that only Sancta can make much use of them. The peoples go with easier ranged weapons. So Laterano is the name of the country, Sancta is the name of the race. Laterano people are not necessarily Sancta, got it. That's real bad news about the bullets. You have any gun here that doesn't require those Originium arts to work? I've never heard about those firearms that don't need Originium arts. One step at a time. At least everybody can use explosives. Where did kids go with them? They're in the basement, still trying to fix the thing that looks like a radio transmitter. Can't power the comm casting unit? It's a power problem? Maybe, I'll have to see. Okay, y'all take a step back. The valedictorian is about to do her stuff. Charging. Oh. Was that arts? It was pretty cool. It definitely leaves an impression. Is it working? It's on. Great work. That's my walking power supply. Do you have anything better to do than annoy me? No good. Still not connected. Crystal electronics unit may be too damaged. Or there may be some damage somewhere else in the circuit we can't see with the naked eye. We don't have any equipment for repairing Originium circuits here, so we can't troubleshoot. Sounds pretty hopeless. Can ordinary people do these Originium arts too? Theoretically, almost anyone can learn to do arts at some level with enough training. It's just that studying art takes time and effort, and that gets tied up pretty close with talent. Lots of people master only the most basic arts, even after pushing themselves a lot harder than others. I'm a dumb old man and I've never learned any Originium arts. What are you thinking? Nothing. Just brainstorming about our situation here. Some wild, impractical ideas. Alright, Mr. Kutz. Look at this shield here. What's that on the shield? I installed a high-powered spotlight and a universal Originium circuit based on the original design and function of your shield. It should work just like you're used to. Thanks a bundle. Oh, but I can't use Originium arts. Strictly speaking, a universal Originium circuit is a piece of modern technology that lets people who don't know how to use arts use it anyways. It is loaded with a few simple Originium arts. Of course, the power supply and equipment maintenance still need to be carried out by a trained caster. It teleported. Alright, let's see. It's still pretty heavy. Turn it on, hit the switch. All good, I'll give it a try. Wow, it really works. It'll take some getting used to. I haven't done a shield charge in 6 months. I almost forgot how to use the thing. How are things looking outside? Last attack was also the last enemy movement. We haven't seen any probing strikes since. I don't think that's a good sign. Especially considering what a well-organized bunch of punks they are. I had a bad feeling about this. Calm before the storm. Sure enough. Where's the dog? Resting. He hasn't slept in days. Give the kid a break. He shouldn't have to deal with all this at his age. I mean, he's not gonna be able to deal with that soon. We got another problem on our hands. We're running out of food. Right. Mr. Ockbent told us. What are you thinking? Thinking whether or not we should take a trip back to the infected port. I get you. Oh, you have a plan. You left in a hurry. A lot of the sick people didn't have time to bring their food from home. True, we have enough hands here. We could send some people out to get supplies. And let's save our talk here. Should be able to get there before the night falls. The 2-day trip? Yeesh. After operation, when the supply and food shortage hits the safe house, the Rhodes Island operators propose to search through the ravaged infected homes to recover anything that might have avoided confiscation. However, in the process, they are stopped by the guards of the Lord of Long Spring. Ayalir? Find anything? Got something. Not much, but it's something. Good work. These provisions, along with the emergency store in the safe house, should keep us fed for a week. We stretch it. It's getting late. Let's head back. Someone's coming. How many? A dozen maybe. Could be mercenaries. Hurry, back to the safe house. Are they still on us? Yes. That's not good. I knew they wouldn't let up. We are bound to get sieged if you choose to fight here. Keep retreating. What happened? Got company. Get ready to fight. Something's not right. Hold your fire. Why? It's not those mercenaries. They're Reproba soldiers. Local guards? Hold fire. Picale. Guards surround the structure. Don't let them escape. Wait a second. Are we surrounded? This isn't good. Why are the Lord's men encircling us? Let's have you quiet down for now. Huh, very mercenary-y. I want all of you inside to listen up. I am the captain of the Long Spring Village Guard, daughter of the Lord of Long Spring, Picale Tula. I want you all to lay down your weapons and come out nice and easy. Don't test my patience, you'll regret it. The imposing Reproba warrior strikes the halberd into the ground with all her might, and the earth starts to tremble instantly. Mercenaries? It's always mercenaries. You shameless, faithless, virtueless bastards. How much gold did my evil brother give you? You won't get away. I'll crush you. I'll stump you into dust. I'll make you pay for everything you've done. Just show them the infected and this should be an easy peasy. Once I cut you down, you'll finally understand that no amount of blood money can buy you another life. Oh. Are you sure they're here to help? I think they'd rather hang us from the town gate. That's what I'm afraid of. There's definitely a misunderstanding here. Lady Picale? I'm a field operator with Rhodes Island, codename Rangers. I'm pretty sure Rhodes Island signed a cooperation agreement with your family. Where? Shut up. Rhodes Island, sanctimonious hypocrites. My father trusted you. He believed your promises. That's why he agreed to your safe house. And how did you repay him? You kidnapped our people, robbed them of everything they had. I saw it. You're a bunch of treacherous villains. You think for a single second you'll know that doesn't make any sense. If you wanted to pillage a town, why would we still be here? Try to talk your way out of this. And who the hell are you? You're standing on my father's land with your guns. You dare to argue with me? You're so tough. Where have you been all this time? You and the Lord's men let those thugs raid the quarantine zone, so we had to risk our lives to save the townsfolk in there. Precious guardsmen doing that. You still think you can come here and talk a big game with us? Settle down. She doesn't seem like the type you can reason. Lady Picale, I'm Dr. Miaro from the infected quarter. We've met before. Right, I know you. Rhodes Island didn't rob the infected. I can testify to that. We were forced here by the riots. It's not just me. Any of the infected here will tell you that. Lady Picale, I need you to trust me. I trust you, Doctor. Many people speak highly of you. Thank you, Lady Picale. But I don't trust them. The imposing daughter of the Lord points forward with her colossal halberd. Is that... it looks like a broadsword-ish, Zweihand or whatever. It is a grave infraction to enter my father's territory, armed without permission. In light of you protecting my father's subjects, I will pardon you for that infraction. As for Rhodes Island, the contract you signed with my father is, as of today, null and void. Please reconsider. There is nothing to discuss. Long Spring does not need armed foreigners, not even Rhodes Islanders. I will gather up the infected and take them where they belong. Don't need you getting involved. But, alright, don't speak. Do not defy the local lord. We are standing here at Sargon as Rhodes Island operates. Well, he's an idiot. 41, 42. Any others? That's all. No problem, we'll get you to safety. You kinda didn't do that though. Miss Cohen, Mr. Alexander. Thank you for all that you've done. No need, we shouldn't be thinking. Where are you going to go? Not sure yet. Let's not make it sound so sad. Maybe we'll meet again someday. I'll have to tell you about it next time. Stop with the red flags! Story of the dog-headed man. Alright. Doctor, this is for you. It's an Originium ingot, but I can't. Remuneration. Occupant's leg. Oh, just some basic first aid. It's not worth this much. I think it's worth it. Take it. Thanks, Mr. Rangers. And thank you all. Goodbye. Something's off. I know. I thought caution was the right move, but we ended up with a big misunderstanding. Who would have thought the captain of the guard would be so difficult? A muscle-headed moron. We had enough of those at BSW. So what do we do? They seized pretty much everything from the safe house. These were all unharmed. That's what really matters. Come with us, Mr. Ockfen. We'll sign you in at the branch office, then contact the landship and figure out what to do. That's really our only option. I'm not so sure. What do you mean? That Picale woman. Could she be the one behind all this? The Lord was so slow to act, even as the mercenaries were rounding up the infected. And now we've got a captain of the guard taking everyone away all nice and legal. This can't just be a coincidence. It does make sense. I'm going to tail them and see. I'm going to. No, more hands are more easily seen. The rest of you stand by. What's the matter? I thought you won't agree with this plan. Avoiding conflict with the local lord doesn't mean our hands are tight here. We need to play to the score. Sometimes you need a few tricks to get things working. I see. Get them all to shelter first, and I want 3 with me. I think there's something happening in the mines. Understood. Is there enough room left in the shelter? Not really. Half of the town's population is already inside. Tell them to move upstairs if necessary. They can have my father's room. Is this really necessary? I don't see anything wrong with it. My father would do the same should he live. My father will do the same should he be alive, should he live. But you get the point. I see. Don't let your guard down anyway. Wait, did the lights go out as soon as we left? I don't remember. Out of the way. Bada boom. Yeah. It's the freaking Origin mutants. We're under attack. Protect the civilians. Well, congrats. They were protected a while ago. Where did they come from? What are you waiting for? Get ready to break through. There's too many of them. Take the civilians and get out of here. I'm breaking off. Come on, you cowardly bandits. Oof. How many was that? Finally. Lady Picale. Doctor, what are you doing here? Don't go. The Lord's manor has already been ransacked? Doctor. Drudge. Get the hell out of here. I'm going to chop your goddamn head off. You're loud as you ever were, dear sister. You disgusting. I have to kill you. Show me what you've got. The imposing reproba charging as her brother with shocking speed, she realizes it. She's fallen right into a trap. Under the cover of night, behind the crumbling houses, a machine rumbles. In 1 second, she feels herself struck dizzy by a ferocious blow, as if slammed right into the face by a boulder launched from a catapult. Is it here? The next second, she falls unconscious. Oh, that was quick. Alright. Guess we're going with the Battle of the Lord's Manor now. OD6. The Lord of Long Springs is tyrannical and difficult to communicate with. She orders the expulsion of the Rhodes Island operators as Team Rainbow and takes the infected away. Did this just happen though? Nope. How long has it been, dear sister? 6 months? A year? Longer. Rudge, you attacked the Lord's men and stormed his manor. This is treason. Treason? Ha! You have to know, Picale. If it weren't for that rotting old man's obsession with protecting his infected. Oh, distressed assets. This won't even be your place. Relax, girl. Check out these toys from an enthusiastic Colombian donor. Cunning Reproba slaps the device behind him. TSW-2 Ultrasonic Impact Unit, product of advanced technology. It's experimental, never used in the field before. The only downside is the size. It was real tough to hide in town. Took a while. Took me a while to get you out of the mansion too. So tell me, my dearest little sister, what good are your sick moves now? What good is that iron will of yours? Check out my friends here. Sark-ass friends. They're not your run-of-the-mill brain-dead devils. They're from Colombia too. They get the job done. You know what that means? It means they're here for progress. Progress you and the old man could never understand. Get your margins high enough and money's more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Whatever happened to the old man's worthless logic? Boss, we found this in the big house. Give it to me. Oh, an appointment letter from the Lord Emir of Bayalir. Yep, that's what I said. Fine green papyrus, embossed signature, blocky Bayalir writing, and this black seal. Where's the old man? He wasn't there. We searched every room and found plenty of townsfolk, but not the old man you're talking about. Father is dead. I am the Lord of Long Springs now. You have disobeyed your lord, and in doing so, disobeyed the Lord Emir, and for that, your punishment is death. That's the plan you and the old man came up with? Kick, punch, not sure. Grr. He's getting stupid. You really think you can use the Lord Emir to outmaneuver me? Don't make me laugh. You're gonna execute me? The old man's proud reproba guards are lying headless in an alley somewhere right now. Those tough guards are gone now, and who's left to stop me? You're a psychotic piece of shit. You grew up with them. They treated you like their own son. I didn't think you were this far gone. They shouldn't have gotten in my way. Neither should you. We're blood, so let me make it a little clear for you, sis. I want to be sure you understand. Yes, you're a Lord of Sargon now, sure. But me? I'm a bum, abandoned by my family. In a few years, when you meet an unfortunate end, I'll go to the court of Bayalir. With my pedigree, plus the resources and wealth to prove my loyalty to the Lord Emir. Do you think he might just hand Longspring back to me? No. Why don't I give you another scenario? Let's say you die in battle just a short while after taking charge. Then I hand your corpse over to the Lord Emir and get to join the Zayyadan. Would that work out better for me? Drudge, you're a disgusting, horrific disaster of a person. You're getting excited, sis. Hello, Shubars. Oh, that's just hypothetical. It's not real. We're having a brother-sister talk here. Because I know a much better place for you. See these things with the rocks on them? If you're so eager to protect the infected, why not join them? Drudge, once you die from it, I'll find a nice cave to bury you in. Then you and the old man can watch me dig out the Originium buried under the mines and turn Long Springs into the mineral heart of Bayalir. So, what do you think? You sold out your family, and sold out our land. I curse you, Drudge. May you die a horrible death. Whatever makes you happy, sis. Curse away. Use that voice while you still got it. I guess we're done here. Colombian, you, come here. What is it, boss? Bring the infected to the egghead. Right, I'm on it. What about this kid? Looks like he's on his way out. Bring him, dead or alive. As for my sister, turn her infected. You sarcasm must know how to do it. Roger. That isn't in our contract. There'll be an extra fee. Save it. You know there'll be plenty of money to go around once our work here is done and the mine is up and running. What a nice brother you got there. Close his eyes. Raise his weapon. Well, he got cross-bolted. We're under attack. Get a shield up. Protect the boss. Ward's in her tactical. What's happening? Boss, we've got company. I thought you took care of all the guardsmen. I saw it's... Ah! Arg. Caster, get the monsters moving. Wait, I see it's... Hurry! Ah, my shoulder, my shoulder! Don't panic, where's the enemy? I don't see them. Fall back, they've got crossbows, get to cover. Cover Drudge, we can't let anything happen. Yep, we're in tactical now. I saw, it's a feline. Look out, retreat, retreat. You're with Rhodes Island. Can you move, Reproba? Thanks. Yeah. Okay, it's working. This isn't over yet. The old man's toys can only be useful at a time like this. You, take the monsters and finish them off. Roger. There's too many. I can't guarantee your safe escape. This will do. Where are my weapons? What for? It's my fault Drudge turned out like this. I can't face my late father. I will carve out that traitor's heart and bury it in Long Springs if it's the last thing I do. Don't be hasty. There's too many of them. Getting yourself killed won't help the town survive. I've sent out the signal. They should be here in any minute. Boss, those mercenaries in Rose Island are assaulting us. What are you afraid of? This mansion tough as iron. I don't believe those mercenaries can cause us any harm. Tell those casters to finish that feline with monsters. Others go defend the entrance. Roger. Report? They have formed a defensive line with the courtyard walls. Suppose there are snipers and hulky mercenaries hiding behind. Same way as usual? Well, like this doesn't even bother. Let's show them who's the real boss here. Let's break the wall, Lamau. Now that's a big hole in the wall. I didn't expect a technology like this. Cover fire, breaching. Roger. Stop them, now! Out of my way. Not over yet. Shield peoples. Bastards, where the hell are the snipers? Snipers? There's no more snipers, I'm afraid. Where did you... Ugh. You breached the wall. The outer wall. Nicely done, old man. Don't let your guard down, there's still many of them. Wait. What's that thing they just pushed out? That's... Get down! The ruthless experimental weapon produced a powerful shockwave with a loud bang resounding throughout the sky. The debris of broken buildings splashed everywhere. Bless my ears. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. What about the others? All fine, but now I feel everywhere hurts. What is this weapon? How come they even have stuff like this? It's always Wolvort, an experimental weapon of Wolvort Kuczynski. How unexpected. The fucking popcorn guy. Now we're in trouble. About to fire again. Find cover. If it hits you, you'll be doomed for sure. I want to see what this thing looks like. Boss, they breached the outer wall. Don't you see they're being suppressed? What are you worried about? Take care of my sister and that feline first, then we'll deal with the rest. Having the edge. Now it's just a matter of killing a few more. 5. These are your monsters, huh? Drudge, get out and face me. 6. Come on, you ugly and filthy monsters. I'm gonna smash you all into shreds. Calm down, Lady Picalis. Save your strength. There's too many of them. No. Lady Bicale and Miss Schwarz. Doctor, you have to get out of here. Come, monster. What are you doing? When you're infected, every sunrise comes with a specter of death. Mia remembers those words by heart. Ruh-roh. It hurts so bad. My whole body aches. Where am I? Did I pass out? What is this? You sold out your family and sold out our land. I curse you, Drudge. May you die a horrible death. Lady Bicale, she's on the ground? What happened? Oof. Ouch. My whole body aches. Is my oropathy flaring up? That's blood. Oh. So I'm about to die. Oh, so cold. Colombian, bring the infected to the egghead. Right, I'm on it. What about this kid? Looks like he's on his way out. Bring him, dead or alive. As for my sister, turn her infected. Sarcasm must know how to do it. What is he doing to the infected? I can't stand up. Who is that? In the shadow of the mansion's courtyard wall, a long crossbow takes aim. It's Miss Schwarz. Alone. I have to help her. It all comes down to this in the end. You, run. What are you doing? Leave me alone. Get out of here. Is that the refined Originium ingot? Why do you... I haven't used arts in so long. Arts that make Originium products explode? That's rare. With arts like these, aren't you a better fit for being a soldier? Why do you want to be a doctor? Okay, whatever. I just think it's kind of a waste though. So much I still want to do. I don't want to die yet. Doctor should be saving lives. I have to save. The young infected charges out. Yep. 22 and Goa kablooey. My eyes! My eyes! Ah! Get up. Hold the line. What happened? What was that? The Origin mutants. They're out of control. How? Where's the ultrasonic emitter? The little twerp fried it. We've completely lost control. What do we do? Oh, it's chaos now. I'm assuming he got stabbed by one of their spears. The feline's back. Get a shield up. Protect the boss. Drudge. Your life is forfeit. Again with the nagging. I want their heads on our platter now. Well, it's chaos as hell in there now. What is it this time? Granadas. Target located at my position. We're getting him out of there. Open fire. Oh, this is gonna be CG. Pew 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 pew. OD6 after operation, I'm assuming. The eldest son of the Lord of Long Spring plots to usurp power by ordering the mercenaries and mutants to strike down the Lord. The Lord's guards are wiped out during the attack. Rhodes Island joins with Team Rainbow to beat back the rebels. Just doing these like small recaps. Clear. Okay, you're on guard duty. Alexander, see if any of the mercs on the ground are alive. On it. Tina, get your bandages. Take a head count and patch up the wound. Roger. No playing dead. Wait, please, lower your gun. I'll tell you anything. Guts, tie him up. Sure. Where's the doctor? Dr. Miaro? Over here. The infected boy lays on the ground, blood oozing out of his many wounds with each cough. His exposed skin is covered with fine Originium crystals, direct result of facing down the Originium explosion at such close range. No shock waves, no intense gust of crushing wind. But the Originium curse has grown stronger from the stimulation and penetrated deeper into his body. Tina, bandages, hurry! Stay with me, don't close your eyes, boy. Why? What happened? When you push yourself to use Originium arts, it worsens your Originium infection. Rhodes Island doesn't have a countermeasure? Isn't this what you people do? Between the blood loss, burns, and acute oropathy symptoms, even if you were back on the land ship? I said stay with me, kid. You can do this. Remember how you want to travel the world? Picture that Columbia you were always dreaming about. Stay with me. It's Jover for kid. Yep, too many red flags, sirs. Doctor. He's gone. I'm sorry I couldn't. No, it's not your fault. You still have a situation here. No, I had nothing to do with that. It wasn't me. Russian profile. I'm going to twist your freaking head off. I just don't. You're done for. Russian profanity. You're toasted. No, don't hurt me. It wasn't me. No. Alexander, stop. Calm down. Where did that guard captain go? The Lord's daughter? She chased someone trying to get away. Rangers went with her, don't worry. Wait, crystals on the doctor's skin are glowing. Huh? So soon? How? Got bigger problems. Find an empty room here. What are you doing? No time to explain. Move. Oh boy, it's gonna go airborne. We need cloths, curtains, bedspreads, anything. Get the doctor into that little house. Hurry. What's happening? What's wrong with the doctor? Why? Miss Cohen, please calm down. Franca's dealing with the doctor's... Dealing? Dealing with what? You've never seen it before? I'll explain it to you later. Cover the doors and all the windows. No cracks. The chimney, block it, and the vents. Well, they're going airborne. What are they doing? I'm not sure. What's wrong with the doctor's corpse? Don't look. Why? Don't look. We're good here. Doors and windows good. Ready? Hey, is that room lighting up? The window's glowing. Miss Cohen, get back. Don't watch. What on earth is going on? The doctor. Oh, crystallization is happening. Oh. In the dark of the house, glittering dust crumbles from the departed's wounds and spreads throughout the enclosed space. Before long, rays of light pierce the darkness. Brilliant, dazzling, prismatic light. Originium dust floats in the air among the lights, then slowly settles. An infected returns to the earth that birthed him. Don't want to be birthed by that earth, that's for damn sure. What do we have here? Hold up, folks. No idea what this is, so I guess we just continue. Yeah, it's such a good theme. Alright. A funeral. Gee, I wonder whose it is. The son of the Lord of Long Springs Rebellion is squashed. But... Okay, I'll just read it after. Or I can just do this. Wait. I saw that. Oh, so this isn't the stage name. This isn't the stage description stuff. Oh, shoot. I guess I shouldn't be reading these. Because these are technically like mine spoilers ahead of time. Sargonian. He went home and left the world behind. Our hearts ache because fate is ever unjust. But we need not grieve because he is now free from the suffering of existence. Okay, chill. We sing for him as he has at last returned to the earth. His relatives, his loved ones, need not shed tears. Death is a mercy of our world, and we are the heirs to all things. May it all turn to dust. Okay, chill. Bit too nihilistic, no? May it all return to the wild. To which we too will return. Will one day return. Roughly polished stone monument adorned with a few lines carved into its uneven surface stands in the shadow of a dead tree. Here lies our dear friend Miyaro. He was infected. He was a doctor. He was a good man. Are you okay? Hard to say. Heard the old lizard man say that only important people get funerals in this country. Most ordinary folks just die when they die. Their families bury them in the wastes. No tombstones, no mourning. People who lived on the huge platforms, the moving cities, have to cremate the dead and bury the ashes under those major roads, since space is so precious in the city. Cemeteries are rare in an ordinary settlement, where disaster can come through and wipe out any memory of where the dead are buried. Oh wow, they already got debriefed with catastrophes. There's basically no religion in Sargon. People here don't believe in an afterlife. They think the dead return to the earth and become part of it. Looking at it like that, it's a pretty honest and practical culture. I like it. So Miyaro's grave will be lost someday? Probably. He held a funeral for him, and that was important. I can't really accept that. Why? After seeing what I saw, it's hard to accept how he went. You probably bear some responsibility, Alexander. If it weren't for Miyaro, we would have had a much rougher time here. I've been thinking, what if we'd moved a little faster? If we were tougher? We really decided to do something for those sick people. I don't think it's a good idea to get caught up in thoughts like that. Miyaro made his own choices. This isn't your fault. Big girl was trying to fulfill her duty. As an aristocrat growing up in this culture, in this system, her willingness to shelter the sick was definitely a noble act. Judging by how the Rhodes Islanders talk, Miyaro was very, very sick. For him, death was something that hung over him every day. It's a miracle he lasted as long as he did in his condition. It's how they live. There's not much we can do about it. But did we really do the right thing? We were so sure that if we reached out to help them, we would actually be helping them. And I have no idea why. We lived with those sick people, but we didn't know anything about the infected. We thought of that oropathy like a slightly infectious cancer, the deadly incurable disease we already know. But this isn't a disease really, it's a disaster. We don't know anything about it, and we still tried to save them. Can't blame yourself for nothing, Cohen. It's pointless. I understand what you're feeling, but you can't deny what we did. Remember when I was up on that roof with nothing to do? I had all that time on my hands. I sat there, watching Miyaro's clinic, watching the people who lived there. As a visitor from another world, I witnessed this one. I'm not a sharp person, but even I could see the many terrible, cruel things. One night, one of the townsfolk was carrying a package from another's house under the cover of darkness. It was a burlap-wrapped parcel, about as tall as a man. I watched them load the package into a handcart and make their way along the edge of town to the rocky desert, disappearing behind the boulders on the south side. I saw it happen just like that several times, maybe twice in the past 3 weeks. And it must have been happening in other places too when I couldn't see it. I never mentioned this before. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't have a reason to. You're right, we're outsiders. We're not from this country, not even from this world. We can't understand the people here, their history, their culture, their lives, their feelings. We couldn't hope to know. And I have no right to point my finger at something I don't understand. There's a reason they do what they do. That's how it should be. But then, one night, my curiosity got the better of me. I followed the path to the boulder where they buried the sack. I saw the light shimmering beneath the sand. I saw the dust rising up from the rocks and dissipating into the air. That dust is so bright in the dark of the night. I knew, of course, what was in the sack. You probably guessed what the dust was. And naturally, we all know exactly what it is now. There was an old woman who sat by the door of the house where the sack came from. After that night, I never saw her again. Kids spent every day with the townsfolk. Must have known about it too. What was the excuse made up before? Everyone looks like they've had chemical warfare training, to cover their noses and mouths. What a lame explanation. Because I'd seen the reason. There's EG, nice. Just ask me if we really did the right thing. The answer is simple. We helped them, because that's what our morals, our conscience tells us to do. Aging, illness, and death are inevitable, in this world and ours. Even if there wasn't this oropathy, the people wouldn't suffer any less. Even without the disease, they'd have war, taxation, and natural disasters crushing the poor. See their lord in this town? What kind of society do they live in? Such feudalism would be far behind the times in the history of the earth we know. It's the reality for them. Well, I don't know about that one. By our standards, they're not living in a civilized world. I've seen enough profanity over the years, Cohen. You know what I mean. This world sucks, but there's still something we can do about it. Don't turn your back on our good work. Morality and conscience aren't wrong. You're right, Alexander. Forget I said anything. I'm just too tired. It's been too long since you got a good night's sleep. We're all tired. Someone's coming. Sorry. I don't know what to say. This is all on me. Because I was stupid and impulsive. Tall Reproba holds a golden seal. She grips it tightly, infusing it with her own conviction. Seal melts and falls from her hand, spilling onto the roughly polished stone tablet. Originium Arts. I was the Medal of Honor given to my father by the Lord Amir. He was one of the Amir's strongest warriors. The town of Long Spring was a reward for his service. My father was strong, kind, and just. He always was, ever since I was small. The Tula family was built on the blood and bones of miners. For years, my father grew wealthy digging Originium out of the ground. But with it came the spread of oropathy. It was just the miners at first, but it eventually spread throughout the town. When the Originium closer to the surface was all mined out, my father closed the quarry. He wouldn't let anyone dig any deeper. He created the infected quarter and sent men to protect the people living there. He couldn't just sit on the pile of infected corpses and count his gold. He always hoped my brother Drudge and I could do better. I don't know what happened to Drudge while he was studying in Columbia. I just saw him turn more and more evil. It wasn't until my father kicked him out of the house that I realized the man was no longer my brother. But I disappointed father too. I'm not a worthy successor to his achievements or his legacy. I'm unworthy. I did nothing. I couldn't protect Long Spring. I couldn't protect my father's people. I couldn't even kill Drudge. I let him get away. Drudge's supporters. What kind of people are they? I don't know them well. All I know is they are from a Colombian organization called Volvort Kuczynski. It wasn't the first time I dealt with those Colombians. They're wicked and greedy. All they care about is how to dig more rocks out from under the town. Don't give a thought to the people living in it. Sounds familiar? Touché. My father used to say that if I just became a warrior, I could protect my home with strength alone. A warrior can defeat another warrior, but violence isn't a solution to true evil. I never understood what he was referring to with true evil. I always thought Drudge had turned evil. But now I know Drudge was just a tiny little sliver of evil. It was still enough to beat me. There are times when a fight to the death can't solve the problem. What are you gonna do next? I don't know. Drudge ran off and his mercenaries fell apart. But he left behind those monsters. Long Spring isn't really habitable anymore. For the time being, at least, I have to protect my home. That's where the town's survivors are. How many people can your home house? That's funny. There's a shelter in the basement of the manor. It can hold a lot of people. We don't have enough food and water. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining to you about these things. I actually came to thank you for protecting the people of Long Springs through all this. No thanks necessary. I have something I must do. Excuse me. She's a good person. It's hard to believe that evil profanity is her brother. You really likes using shite a lot, huh? Here you are, Miss Cohen. Did I come a bad time? Oh no, you were just about to leave. The infected gave this to me. It's Dr. Miaro's estate in the box. After talking it over with the infected, they decided it would be best to give them to you. Open it. Is that proper? Of course, he was our friend. It's a notebook. And whatever that is, what's inside? A map and a book. It's a Sargonian version of The Traveler's Guide to Urban Columbia. As for the map, it looks kind of old. Let's see here. Oh, this area should be Takaronto. It's a Columbia border city. I've been there before. Isn't that where isn't that Vigilo? And is this stack here money? Colombian gold certificates. Dr. Miaro actually had some savings. I remember he said he would leave here someday and go to a place called Columbia to become a real doctor. Short as his time was, he still had a plan for his life. Hold on, there's a note here. Let me see. What does it say? Should I read it? Go ahead. If you're reading this note, thank you for helping me deal with this stuff. Give the money to someone. I definitely don't need it anymore. Don't lose the box. It was my mother's. Although I don't know who you are, my friend, I still hope your life turns out okay. Miaro. I don't know how to express myself here. What can I do or say in the face of his legacy? Dr. Miaro was a strong man. Dreams are luxury for the infected. They're like precious, fragile gemstones. Even in Colombia, the infected are zoned to certain areas of the city. People live their whole lives struggling to get out of them. The vast majority of the time, contracting oropathy is a death sentence. If a deferred one, reality forces you to give up on your dreams, your lifestyle, and ultimately, life itself. It's hard for anyone to be hopeful about life in the face of cruel reality. What on earth was supporting him? Someone like Miaro should not have lived like this. She should not have died like this. Wait, where are you going? To find the big girl. Why? I want to talk to her. I have a plan. Oh, hello. Alright, BRB first. Gonna eat. I am a hungry. Okay, folks. OD7. Bunker defense line. Do not read, right? Because those are mini spoilers. Hello, Dirge. Wretched thing. Boss, what are we gonna do? We better fall back. Fall back? You haven't lost yet. You already wiped out the guardsmen. We just need to wait for the right time to counterattack. Couple roads out on Mace are no big deal. Where's my egghead? Where is anybody? What's that smell? What happened to the guys we had watching him? It's like you're in a top spot, me friend. Let me guess, even with my mighty Originium creations, you still failed. To be honest, I'm not the least bit surprised. I don't have time for your sarcasm. Well, knowing what I know of you, you're here to ask me for new toys. No wonder your father doesn't like you. Enough bullshit. Are you talking to me, sir? Because I think you forgot the magic word. What? You're asking for my help. Was that the proper attitude? Are you screwing with me? Do I look like I'm joking? Oh, this old geezer needs a beating. Ah! What is this? What is this? My head! My head's gonna explode! It's... Well, you. What have you done? You apes really have nothing of value beyond your brute strength. And you, sir, you really think you can keep science locked up in here with this bunch of mentally deficient clods? A man said clod. Go and tell our grand old sponsor to settle down. Ugh. Ugh. Hey, not Mephisto's herd sprites. What the hell are those? You can't tell? They're your men. Of course, they become so much more now. Much more obedient. Soon, you'll be just like them. Why can you control them? You know no Originium arts. Only Originium art can control them? You people are so blinkered. Ooh. Have you ever thought about why Originium arts can control those infected creatures? Whoops. Of course you, with your tiny brain, can never figure it out. Mad scientist rolls up a sleeve. A swollen Originium lump is twitching under his arm, as if it were alive, having its own mind. As long as you become a part of them, naturally you can communicate with them. You're having a good time together. You're such a hopeless lunatic. I'm a member of the House of Tula, the successor to the elder bloodline of the Tula family. You kinda destroyed it, bro. It's a death sentence to murder a noble on land that belongs to the Lord Emir of Bayalir. Lord Emir, noble, bloodline. You amuse me, Mr. Drudge. Who named you Drudge, by the way? But I'm tired of this joke. I do not hate the pig, I hate only the golden crown that hangs above. My homeland, the cardinals were burned, kings were hanged, emperors beheaded, every vestige of the old order smashed to pieces. To ensure none would ever again fear the so-called nobility. Based. Lord Emir, what bloodline? You're nothing to me. Stinking sack of meat that is your body is even less useful than those of the oropathy sufferers. What do you call them again? Oh yes, the infected. The infected have contributed to my experiments. What have you done? Your status has no value to me, and your lack of foresight is baffling. Useless trash. Such a vile, stupid, evil thing still calls itself noble? Tell me, what part of you is noble? Anyway, you have nothing to worry about. I have no interest in your rotten worldview. I'm a scientist. I pursue only objective truth. What do you want? Science treats all people equally. It won't change a bit because of your background. It does. Nobles and commoners are the same on the operating table. Scalpel cuts skin just as well. The contribution is identical. Considering you specifically, once you donated your body to science, you will no longer doubt be slightly more noble than you are now. You should feel honored. You despicable traitor. Traitor? Traitor? You raised your hands against your very own sister. You betrayed your flesh and blood. You colluded with foreign mercenaries to plunder your father's wealth. You betrayed the country that birthed and raised you. I mean, he's just getting owned here. And you still have the gall to call me traitor? You won't get away. You have no idea what the forces behind me are doing. They're the ones who came up with all your research funding for the last 6 months. You betray me now, you're betraying them too. People of Volvort Koczynski will hunt you down to the ends of the world. They will kill you. There's nowhere you can run. That I will handle. Don't you worry. Goodbye, imbecile. Oh. So much for the schemer. What's with the getup? Hey, the skin. Should I buy these on the rerun? I'm gonna have to pass, I think. Again. Found in the Lord stores. Okay, I'm gonna get Frost next time though. Yeah, it sure does. This is the craziest battle plan I've ever heard. Very convincing. How do you know an Originium explosion will draw the monsters out of the ground? All I can say is it's thanks to the doctor. The monsters have been obeying the casters all this time, except that one night, I realized those wild monsters were actually chasing the scattered Originium shards. So you decided this is the way to go? It's kind of a gamble actually. Where did you get this Originium engine? Well, something's happened and I guess we ended up with a car. Looks awfully familiar. Isn't it the one we lost? Let's not worry about that now, huh? Whoops! What about the mine? That mercenary we caught basically gave out everything. The factory your brother used to produce monsters is located deep inside the mine. I even think he probably hasn't given up yet. Well, I mean he's not gonna give up now that he's a zombie. Ah, that makes sense. If we bait the monsters out here, Cohen will have a chance to bring her people down there and blow the thing up. Just as simple as that. It's not simple though. This plan seems to be full of the unexpected and far from seamless. But I like this kind of plan, where battling is the only solution. Okay, old-timer. Even rangers say so. Alright friends, take your places. If all goes according to plan, firing up the Originium engine will get a whole bunch of monsters coming at us. And we're in for a tough fight. And thank you, Rhode Islanders, for choosing to stay and help. Don't worry about it, it's my job to clear out contaminated wildlife. It is? I should really read your records. Is that unpaid work? You're so annoying. Thank you. I don't know how to express my gratitude. Save the thanks for later. Rangers are altar when? Alright, if there are no further questions, it's gonna be the opposite for him, yeah? It's gonna be on his younger days. The Originium engine chugs out a steady sound, with thick smoke rising up and flames lighting up the sky. Here they come. Too many? How many? Over 100? No, probably more. No, there are even more coming. We can only hope Cohen is doing okay. Cool. On to the next. After. Do not read. Gucci. Away with you. They're not gonna show the Originium sprites. This is endless. How many of these things did they make? Liscarm, look out behind you. Watch out! Franca! What are you doing? Give me a hand, Miss Lord. Oh, okay. You, run! Don't speak. My leg, you. Just leave me. Cut the bullshit. Piggyback, quick! They're coming back. Now, get out of here. Over here. Mr. Ochfen, what are you doing here? How could I just wait around down there? I'm a Rhode Island operator too. Damn straight, you really saved us. Get ready to blow the engine. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Kababoom. What's the sitch? We've been pushed back. For now. They'll come for us again before long. Seems to be less of them? I'm all out of welcome mats. Ammo's gone too. What's the plan, Alexander? Get to the shelter. What? Get to the shelter. Take the Rhodes Island operators and get to the shelter. What about you? I'll cover you. Cover? And who's covering you? I don't need cover. Hey, get it together, Alexander. I'm all together. Tired of all the hiding and running. Running can't win you the war, history's shown. But this isn't a war. It is to me. When they pull weapons on the infected and try to kill my friends, it's a war. I've been through plenty of wars in my time. I can kill even one more monster here. It'll give the townsfolk a better shot at survival. I'll make my stand here until I run out of ammo. Until the very end. The battle's not over. How could I retreat? You're the one who says not to play hero. I don't think I'm playing hero, Tina. I'm just doing the right thing. No matter what happens, the show ends here, today. Alexander, you're still doing that exclamation thing. Staying too, but why? It was always going to turn out like this. We all knew it from the moment you decided to stay and fight. I'll stay behind and help the warrior hold him back. If things go bad, I'll cover his retreat. It's the Rangers. Alexander, take this. What's this? An Originium bomb I tried my hand at making. There's only 2 left. Thanks. Stay alive. Is that the thing in ODX? EXs in the boss stage? The freaking bomb that takes 10 billion years to explode? You didn't tell her the truth. You're not going to run. Hahaha. You didn't have to go blowing this old man's scheme. You need someone to hold these monsters back. The aged ranger takes out the blade. Hello? This is the old lord's blade. I borrowed it. This is a fine blade. The old lord had good taste. Beautifully decorated steel and a hand-laid turquoise handle that's as nice as any modern, industrially manufactured weapon. It's a lot safer to stand in the back with a bow and arrow than fighting at the front line. The old Sabra Ranger dances with this long oh, it's curved too. Hey there. God, I forgot the name of this song. Of this music piece. I'm so much older and slower than I was. But the blade, she's as sharp as ever. Still don't know your name, warrior. Alexander Seneviv. You can call me Alexander. I should tell you my name too. But the sands buried my name the day we stained the valley red with blood, along with the past. It's fine. Yep, the stories are true. You decided to stay and fight. That's what matters. Rangers. They told me I died. They were wrong. I was reborn. No matter how many of these monsters there are, let them come. Ooh, a short one. Okay, I believe we are OD8 now. Infiltration battle. Getting close. There's only 3 left. This is a pretty short one. Short and sweet, I guess. I wonder about the Lucent Arrowhead. Ranger's map stops here. It's all up to us now. Who knew this cave would be so big? It's like the ground beneath the town is completely hollow. Are the explosives okay? Got the strongest badge from the safe house here. I hope Lord's plan works. Afraid it won't be that simple. But there. Hope it's not what I think it is. It usually is. That's a person. Whatever it is, it's going to die and that's enough. I won't be surprised at whatever showing up now. Keep moving. Get caught up in a fight with them. You don't have time to waste in here. Understood. Go, go, go! God, ODEX8. Kill me. Kaboom! Would Long Spring have a facility like this underneath it? Okay, ring any bells? That's your facility, no? Oh, and where are we? I knew it. I knew it. So this is where most of the lab ended up. Now that I think about it, we were too careless. We've lived in this town for so long, we had no idea at all. That psycho behind all this. What's that smell? What else could it be? It's the smell of death. Stay frosty and close. What are these? Cages. So many. All corpses. People and beasts together. It's the work of Lev Klitschko. Man both Levi? Whatever. Man both mad and cruel beyond imagination. Never should have tried to take him alive. He should have a bullet in his head. Your typical madman wouldn't do something this awful. Wait. There's someone alive in that cage. Drudge? Look who's here. It's that Drudge character. I'd recognize that anywhere. Oh, it's you, the mercenaries. So glad to see you. I know we've had our differences in the past, but let's set them aside for now. I have a feeling you're looking for that scientist, and I know where he is. Got a common enemy, and the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So brazen, I'm sick to my stomach. That feline over there, I know you. Your skills are pretty easily recognizable. One can hear a lot in the mercenary market in Colombia. You are a killer, aren't you? Rhodes Island hired you, meaning even they have quite some dirty work to do. Compared to others, you must know better how to weigh up the pros and cons. Let's have a talk, shall we? Shut up, or I can help you with that. Shame. I thought people like you would be more realistic. Well, your realistic got you in the cage. Open the cage. What? Don't worry about it. Just open the cage. Got it. Good call. You all know the score. Yeah, I sure do. Shoot him. Hold on. What are you doing? Hell yeah. Okay, punch the crap out of this guy. Hey, you crazy? You. Help me, please. Please. Please stop. Huh, you can still talk. Guess I'm not done. And this one's for Dr. Miyaro. Okay, so this is where that CG comes in. I kinda remember that, but not really? Okay, he's had enough. You went a little overboard there. What? Feel bad for him? Man, you almost killed him. Totally rearranged his face. Save your strength. We still got work to do. You're right. What happened? Nothing. I'm just feeling a lot more relaxed. You know what? Me too. If he's locked up in here, he must be part of Lev's plan. I'm not surprised. He got his shit beaten out of him. There's again, the frickin' boss. God dang it. I don't see anyone here. Might be an ambush ahead. Keep cautious. Well. Look who it is. More visitors to my laboratory. It's been a while, my friends from Team Rainbow. A gigantic experimental area. A corner previously kept dark is bathed in light. At the same time, the visitors all realized why they didn't notice the air when they came in. The elderly scholar stands behind a thick glass wall in front of a huge cultivator. Lev! Okay, they're just calling him Lev now. God dang it. Has a grotesque smile on his face, both chilling and unnatural. A moment later, the cultivator itself lights up, reveals a spherical crystal wrapped in connective tissue floating, writhing, twitching. I'm assuming he dies because he's not the boss? You're just in time. No, you always come at precisely the right time. Don't bother, it's bulletproof glass. I applaud your decisiveness, squeezing the trigger without hesitation. Won't even wait for an end to our little prologue here. But we have a show to put on. A great opening requires a great audience, a complete opening dialogue. Today is a day of praise for the great work of the Creator. And that Creator is none other than yours truly. Creator? That's quite a title you've given yourself. You're a psycho. Psycho? The mediocre always use this word to describe ideas and concepts they cannot understand. Behold this world. Completely different chemistry, totally inverted laws of physics. The flower of science blooms in exploration and doubt. The most fertile soil lies in the land of the unknown. And now I have succeeded. Do you see? Can you feel? Surface appearance is similar, but it all functions on radically different principles. This is the evolution of life. This is the iteration of existence. Originium is the truth of this world. You should accept that. Don't fear it. A lot of big shots are saying this. Well, by big shot I mean the Witch King as well. Welcome to the future. Don't you have even the slightest moral compunction over what you're doing? What does human life even mean to you? Human nature is weak. Good and evil are subjective definitions of weakness. And what we call guilt is but one of the myriad cognitive signals produced by the brain. And the science I pursue is never swayed by such flimsy concepts. Don't delude yourselves that even in this world, you still bind your minds with these meaningless ideas. Even electronic information technology and nuclear energy were originally designed to help us kill each other more effectively. Would you add a new layer of definition to science? Force everything to fit your fragile spiritual needs? Nonsense. But I forgive you. You don't have to understand. I'll allow you to go on unknown. Primitive thinking is a common form of ignorance. It's not your fault, and I forgive you. Classic. That's the end of my speech. In addition to my forgiveness, I also offer you my thanks for waiting so patiently. Now it is time for praise. Give your praise to this entirely new life form. Praise be. Praise be. Praise be. See? They did triple exclamation marks perfect here. Okay, the capsules are... yeah. Blood splatters everywhere. Glossy inorganic compounds break through the cultivator. Writhing, deformed limbs support a massive, unwieldy spherical head at an uncanny angle. And sharp reddish spines pierce straight through the scientist's skull. It presses, reforms, and fuses together. Yep, he just instantly dies as this thing... No matter what, we absolutely can't let that thing make it to the surface. You stall it, I'll get the bomb ready. And hence the bomb in this stage. I believe we are after Operation OD8, Infiltrating Battle. Huge spherical creatures crumble and disintegrate into scattered writhing masses of living organisms that refuse to die. It's still moving. Bomb deployed. Time to go. It looks like it's budding? What on earth is it? Whatever it is, it doesn't belong in this world. You have to evacuate. You need to get out before the bomb goes off. This way. Huh. This story seems close and shut for now. I wonder what they're gonna follow up with Lucent Arrowhead. I guess the bosses, the Trudge's bosses? Drudges, not Trudge. I'm out of ammo. Rangers? Still here. Don't look so good. I'm old. So old. Whew. What happened to your hand? I couldn't dodge, that's all. What do we do now? Should we go to the shelter? No news from the mine. None. Haha. I never thought we'd hold out this long. We're almost at the end of the road. Bonk bonk. What are you doing? Making a shield? I've always wanted to try, actually. Haha. What a trip down memory lane. Back to the glorious good old days. The young rangers all gathered at the edge of town. Knowing the overwhelming odds stacked against them, knowing most would spill their blood in the wastelands after the war. But they laughed and sang war songs, as if they were facing down bugs to be easily squashed. War is cruel and merciless. Some backed down. Many more held the line. The fallen became legends. Survivors were tasked with remembering them. And the last one standing in that bloodbath, after all that time, started to feel the fear of death set in. Because he doesn't want the dead to be forgotten? Maybe that's why. It's been an honor to fight alongside you, Alexander. The honor is mine, Rangers. But don't be so gloomy. I haven't given up the fight. Smash a few to death. Wait, what's that? Arrow. Arrows fall like rain on the ground in front of the manor, piercing Originium skulls and throats with precision. The black downpour continues uninterrupted like a storm sweeping across the land. Cavalry's here. The cavalry's here. We're saved. This technique must be that young person. Storm Eye. I picked up a Rose Island distress signal and figured it was a normal rescue mission. I didn't think I'd run into you. Old Ranger. You're back in business, huh? My age? You're making fun. What about your sword, Ranger? I'm too old. I haven't been able to swing it for years. If it weren't for you, today would be the end of these old bones. You sell yourself short, old Ranger. Listen up, squad. The objective is the Lord's Manor. The enemy is an extremely dangerous form of Originium organism. Keep your location updated. Be careful, there's many of them. Try not to let your folks fight alone. Also, be mindful of the ground. They are good at drilling. Understood. It's an honor to fight beside you, Scimitar of the Bloody Valley. These are really quite short, huh? Not used to this in the Arknights. Trekking upon Terra. Well. Whom is trekking? Half a month later. Well, wow. Well, that's a time skip, I guess. Thank you for all you've done, Cohen, Guts, Tina, Alexander. On behalf of the town of Longspring. Sorry, I'm not so good with this kind of formal language. Thanks to you, I survived the conflict with my brother and my people were able to return to live on their land. Thank you. You're only doing what had to be done. We started this, so it's our responsibility to end it. If it weren't for my irredeemable brother, none of this would have happened. I would have liked to offer you a reward. As you can see, our town has been destroyed. Anything we have left, I want used to rebuild Longspring. Cash reward is beyond my power to give you. Anything you may want from this home is yours to take. I think we will have to tear it all down and build a new Longspring with the survivors. How about that? Alexander? This helmet fits well. Can I keep it? Uh-huh. Really? The nail tips are so blindingly bright. I'd like to put one on my shield so I don't need batteries anymore. That's enough for us. We're satisfied. That's all? My weapons, my father's heirlooms. You can? No thanks. You need them more than we do. Thank you. Let's go. We should leave now. Definitely should have read this years ago, since it's quite short. Mr. Guts, you're finally done. Did you say goodbye to the Lord? It's time for us to go too. The team will cover your return to Rhodes Island. Thank you. So what is Rainbow gonna do? Miss Cohen, your squad is coming with us, right? Okay. Right. We've been fighting for too long. We need a place to rest and resupply. And most importantly, we probably need some identities. Identities we can go around the world with. Around Terra. Sure. Car's ready. We're off. We're ever gonna see Storm Eye's face? Hello, medic. We did see guard. Your information has been registered with Rhodes Island. You may stay and resupply at Rhodes Island field offices or safe houses across Terra. Although you are not official employees of Rhodes Island, the mission network is open to you and you will be paid for contracts you complete. That's about it. Is there anything else you'd like to know? Just real quick, I have to ask, does Rhodes Island have any sci-fi literature? I'm sorry? Hello. Still in the sands of Sargon, huh? So these are our new identities. At least I've got a shield I can use. Could be worse. Do we have a plan? Alright, take a look at this world, which we now know too little about. I'd like to have a detailed write-up myself. But this time, I'm sorry. It's all up to us. So, where's our first destination? Somewhere called Siesta. Sounds like a pretty good city. Then let's get going. Until we make it back home, we're on the road. Oh wow, that's it! I guess so. Short and sweet. Alright, I guess I am ready for Lucent Arrowhead, folks. I am definitely gonna try to pull for all of them. And then on the run, I'm gonna try to get the... what's her face? Frost. Tina. Alright, that's it. GG's. See you in Lucent Arrowhead.